Anyway, here's Wonderwall. I said maybe.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fairly Adventurous, a channel where average guys play D&D and other tabletop games for our own enjoyment and hopefully yours as well. We have Larry, who's at James's house, eating pizza.
I am.
Yeah. We have Jevin returning once again from parts unknown with drink in hand. We have Andrew, Papa Pandawan himself. We do not, unfortunately, have Melvin. He had some last-minute travel plans that he thought were going to take longer, and he had to start earlier, and so he's not going to be here tonight, unfortunately. But he will join us next session. But, returning to the channel, the one, the only, Malcolm Punch. Welcome, Chase. Good to have you back, brother.
Thank you for having me again. Sorry I couldn't make the first session.
Yeah. We are too, but it went off pretty well previously on D&D. That gets me straight into it. Haha, well, thank you for that. Already pulling your weight. Alright. Previously on D&D, the party was asked to go to the village of Dayspring, about a half-day's travel north of the city of Pentambara, and investigate investigate some incursions that were occurring from the Shadowfell at the behest of one Therian, played by Andrew. The party did arrive after about a day and a half's travel from Coasthold, a little over a day and a half's travel, at the twilight of the day to find that such an incursion was already occurring. And they immediately leapt into action to help defend the townsfolk. Unfortunately, as you can see on screen, there wasn't a lot they could do for some of them. Many chalk outlines, unfortunately, on the map there. But they survived, and they were joined in the combat by two mysterious individuals who also, apparently, had arrived from the Shadowfell. That being one... what is Melvin's, not Milo, I'm gonna call him Milo so often. Melvin's character name is
Urim.
That's right, Urim. What is the term you use, Andrew?
Oh, half of ancient. Oh, no, a Bishonen. He's a Bishonen orc. He's a pretty orc.
He's a pretty orc. He's a what is that? Do you care to translate and elaborate for us?
He's an unusually pretty orc.
Okay. He's basically is that like the term for femboy essentially?
Kinda, yeah. It's a Japanese term for femboy.
Yeah.
Is it like a rat of unusual size?
No. Already with the Princess Bride jokes. No.
Viewers at home, go ahead and Google Bishonen. You won't regret it.
Well, you might. I don't know why you say that. You definitely might. But
ladies and gentlemen at home, don't Google anything someone on the internet tells you to Google.
Second that.
I am bringing pure chaotic energy to the season.
Anyway, you are also joined by a elvish fighter in gleaming armor. Fighter is in he has a sword and he fights, not necessarily the class. And they assisted you all in the combat. So let's dive right into this. So, as the last Shadow Mastiff dematerializes, the portals to the Shadowfell begin to flicker and reduce in size until eventually they dissipate. The elvish warrior takes a look around. Oh, hold on, that guy's not there. Yeah, bye-bye. Okay, there we go. The elvish warrior takes a look around, sheathes his sword, and looks at the party and begins to speak. And James, I turn it over to you.
Hello there. How y'all? Who are y'all? Where am I at?
Excellent.
sorry.
Andrew.exe has stopped working. Give me a moment.
This is Coasthold.
Dayspring.
Dayspring? Oh, Dayspring of Coasthold.
Yeah. Wow.
Coasthold is the city. The actual kingdom is the kingdom of Antimbara.
Oh, that's it.
On the Antimbaran Peninsula.
That's right.
It's alright, you've only been playing this for a year.
Yeah. Where did you come from?
I came from the Shadowfell, and before that, I don't remember.
I'm still up on top of the roof of this building. I'm like, what'd he say? Hey, what'd he say?
So
This is going so well. Thanks,
Then I
guys.
start like climbing down.
So my character is still wild shaped. So I'm still in that kind of half canine, half big cat mix form. And my hackles raise a little bit when you say that you're from the Shadowfell, and I kind of growl out you say you're from the Shadowfell, yet you helped us against these interlopers. What are your intentions here?
I'm on a quest. I must find a relic. I don't know if this is exactly where I need to be.
You said that before the Shadowfell you don't recall where you came from. Shall I assume you are not native born to the plane then?
I believe I'm probably from a different world.
Would you consider yourself allied with the forces of Shadow?
No.
Then, I believe that our purposes may be able to align with one another. Welcome to Dayspring. Sadly, what might be left of the place.
I must say, this land is filled with strange creatures. Time out. So your character looks kind of like a bear?
Actually, no, that's another interpretation.
It
for
looks
when I
like
choose a
cat
different
dog.
combat form. Yeah, no, it does not.
Nope, canonically, that's what it looks like. Looks like cat dog.
So
No.
what would my character like? When my character addresses you, what does he think? Make it easy for me here.
Okay, think something like a tiger, but with more of a wolf head and tail.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Fair enough. I think I can work through that.
It looks like this.
To one side of me, I have this man dragon. I've never seen a creature like that. And then now there is a talking tiger bear or tiger wolf thing.
No, it looks like this.
The bear's gonna come out another time when I pick a different combat ability for this form.
My favorite
the
animal is
base
a
of those-
liger. It's half lion, half tiger.
Wait, so y'all have
I
no
have the strangest urge to go watch Napoleon Dynamite.
Tina, you
You
fat lard.
recognize me? You don't recognize like tigers?
Not ones that speak.
That I can help your understanding somewhat, and I will go ahead and revert back to my normal form, where you see a tall, shaggy-looking human.
You're one of those who dwell from the forest, then.
Indeed. Although I do not officially maintain a place within the Emerald Enclave, I do have the training of a druid. In fact, I was here to try and set up a druid grove when those portals to the Shadowfell started to appear. I brought these, gesturing to Ara and Otto, to assist me with the incursion. We sadly arrived too late to help these unfortunate village folk, and then to have you two walk out of those same portals but assist us. The whole thing is strange. I believe we should perhaps return to Coasthold on the morrow, report back to the Duke what we have experienced here. If nothing else, he would probably want to debrief the two of you.
And as you say that, Andrew, the town master runs out of this building here, seeing you, and he says, Mr. Therian! Mr. Therian! And he stops and he looks around, and he holds one hand up to his mouth as he notices his dead villagers. He says,
I'm sorry, Town Master.
God.
We only just arrived. We did what we could. The creatures disappeared into the dim light.
Of course.
We killed them as fast as possible.
Of course. You've always been kind to this village, Mr. Therian. I'm sure you did what you could. I'm sorry. Perhaps we should go indoors and speak. I can't. These were my friends.
I understand. Yes, let us now.
Do you have any injuries?
No, he checks himself up, but no, I suspect thanks to your intervention, they never made it inside of the town hall. But damn, I can't bear to look. And he walks back into the hall.
I believe we should follow and make proper introductions there.
Alright. He walks in and you can see him, or if you guys walk in, you see him composing him, doing his best to compose himself. And he says to you all, I'm sorry, I'm just a small country mayor, country master, I couldn't imagine that anything like this would happen to our small, sleepy village. But on that count, I thought I should tell you that a few days ago there were strange men spotted near the Dayspring. I thought you would like to know. We had never seen them before, and then all of a sudden there they were. Some days after you left to Coasthold, about a day after you left to Coasthold, they were spotted, and well, they haven't come into town, and I thought perhaps they would be of some interest to you, given what has happened.
Considering this, I would agree. We should investigate that before we leave again.
Indeed. And it is at that moment that you recognize him. The innkeeper, the tavern owner and innkeeper runs in. And he says, help! Help! I need help!
What is the matter, Tavern Master?
Mr. Therian. And he looks around at you other gentlemen. He says, My daughter went to the Dayspring to retrieve some water earlier today, and she has not returned, and I fear the worst given what has just happened. Will someone go with me to try and find her?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Thank you. And he just starts shaking all of your hands, and he pulls out, I mean, it is just a kitchen knife. I mean, it is woefully inadequate for the type of fights that you guys. But it's the best that he has. He says, please, let us go now before it becomes too dark. These beasts hide in the shadows.
I say,
Lead the way.
Okay. Your blade's too small, and I offer my short sword.
Which from a gnome, it's about the same size.
Yeah. He says, yeah. He picks it up, and for you it's like a full swing, and for him it's like an extra inch of blade, and he's like, so I'm sure I'll make every use of that extra inch. Thank you.
Your knife is too small. Take mine.
That's not a knife. Anyway,
Like a weird inverse Dundee situation.
yeah. You guys begin walking towards the spring, and it takes you about a minute or so to get to the edge of the village. But in the failing light, you do see two figures walking towards you. One is clearly a female. And the other... Well, Chase, would you like to introduce your character?
So you see two shadowy figures in the dim light, and as they approach, you kind of start making out some more details. One is the female barkeep's daughter. That's
Lovely girl,
whatever, Jacob.
blonde hair, dark eyes, nice country girl. Whatever image the blonde-haired, dark-eyed country girl image strikes in your guys' mind.
She's got huge
Nope.
assets.
Nope, I didn't say that.
Many polygons were made or used in the making of her model.
She's enormously talented. Anyway.
Alright. Very beautiful, blonde, country, southern belle. And then, with an arm draped around her shoulder as they walk her, maybe even like, as they walk together, excuse me, maybe even teetering a little bit. You see a relatively tall, much taller than her, just what, from all you can tell, just another guy, like fairly well built, but nothing spectacular. Maybe a little bit on the wiry side. But what he makes up for it in height. And he's wearing a... Does cotton exist, Jacob?
Yes.
Cotton a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. A cotton flannel shirt.
No, everything's polyester.
Oh yes, the plastic.
Yeah, the
Plastic
natural
as
grown
opposed to the
fiber of
naturally
polyester.
occurring.
It's a world of magic.
Yeah, cotton exists.
So like a cotton flannel shirt and some nice trousers to go along with it. And they approach, and you just hear what is it? Winter right now, Jacob? Is that what you said?
No, it's
Or is
it's still midsummer.
Midsummer. Okay. Now, miss, that was a good time, and I do appreciate some fire wine on a nice summer night. Y'all come back out
I'm
of here.
so happy.
And at that moment,
I'm waiting for Jacob to be the Southern Belle now.
I do declare,
oh my god, that was the best.
this was a magical evening.
Oh my god. Out of all of your crazy accents, I can already tell all of your crazy character crap that I have had to put up with for the last 6 years. This is easily my favorite. Hold on. All right.
I didn't even get that fancy.
No, it's just all I can think of is Doc Holliday from Tombstone. All I'm picturing is like,
I'll be your huckleberry.
There we go.
Say when.
Say when.
Yeah, the cup.
The cup trick. Anyway,
Yeah.
at that moment, the innkeeper goes running up, Jamie, and he runs, and then he stops. You. He pulls his. What are you doing
Well,
with your arm around
me.
my daughter?
His knife suddenly transforms into a shotgun. Pure parental rage radiating from him.
She sees. At that remark, Jamie takes a half step away from from Chase. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce his name. I know what you're going for. You haven't said it yet, so I'm not gonna make you. Until it
Don't
comes
ruin
time. Not gonna ruin it. But she steps away and gets and tries to and gets the oh, we've been caught, smile. That young women get. And the innkeeper says, What have you been doing with her? As he puts the knife up, just walking towards you, Chase, with the knife pointed at your chest. What have you been doing?
Hair obviously still wet.
From what?
Now, sir. I happen to be taking a nice dip in the
Dayspring.
The spring.
the
spring.
Yeah, the spring. Yeah, the spring. Now, sir, I just happen to be taking a nice. I'm turning Australian.
Was he giving his own version of lay on hands?
His accent is as authentic as his character is.
Very true. Now, I don't think what you think you saw, but I was just taking a nice little dip in the spring.
A dip in the spring. And were your clothes on, master musician? He notices that while your hair is wet, your clothes are dry.
Now, sir, I threw my breeches to the wayside. They needed to clean it anyway, so they I took a dip in the breeches, and now I no longer have the breeches.
As he's kind of fumbling, I try and gather around, staring and Ara. I'm just like, oh, this dog's been hunting and washing, and I don't trust him.
Are you also Southern now?
No,
We
I'm not
all are.
Missouri. You forgot?
Daddy, don't hurt him. I love him. He said he'll make an honest woman out of me.
And he says,
We can't finish this. We're done.
Yeah, everyone have a good night. That's where the session ends.
we broke. Chase's character has crashed the party.
He says, "Well, may have lost your breeches. My daughter should not have lost something else, or you will lose your life, sir." And at that moment, she goes, "Oh, yes, Zoe. Speaking of daughters, yes, Zoe. Can you have a cookie?
Oh,
Why can't? Where's Mommy?
yo, what is?
She's in the shower. You may have 2 cookies." Go close the door. Okay.
Mom can't stop you. Have two.
Awesome father mood.
That's what's known as Daddy's my favorite cookie. That's what that's called.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
Driving your way into their heart.
Anyway. That the girl steps up and says, "Daddy, nothing happened. Nothing happened." Her hair is also wet, by the way. And her clothes are also dry, by the way. Honest, I was just getting water, and you know, well, it can be dangerous swimming in the spring, and I didn't want him. I didn't want anything bad to happen to him while he was washing. So I just you know, stuck around and made sure that he had company.
Now, sir, I don't know what you claim to say that I have taken from her that was not already stolen.
Ah! And he pulls the knife. He's, you.
All right, everybody, roll for initiative.
Yeah. No, that is enough out of you, sir. You and your fancy mouth can keep. Nope, I don't want to say that.
Yep.
You and your
You can
fancy
ask
enough.
your daughter about my fancy mouth.
No! And he takes a swipe at you. Hold on.
That character like tries to get between them and push them apart a little bit.
He takes
whoa!
He takes a swipe at you, and suddenly a heavily armored individual takes a step in between and says, "Okay, all right, now, sir." And he says, "I'll gut you, you fiend!"
Au contraire, I do have no horns on this head.
You'll have no horns anywhere when I'm through with you. Come here! And he takes another swipe, just barely, just at the air as Kalen just is like holding him back. Like, hold on now.
Good tavern master. Your daughter is safe? Yes?
Uh-huh.
For now, it is getting dark. We should return to the village. We can discuss things there. We will make sure that this gentleman is kept close until we've had a chance to speak with him.
That foul-mouthed rat doesn't enter my inn.
Hey,
Fair
let's
enough.
not fly off the handle.
That's fair.
And he grabs his daughter Jamie and just pulls her down as Jamie continuously like looks back at Chase. And they start walking far ahead of you guys.
You seem to possess, I would assume, a bit of a silver tongue, at least when speaking to the fair sex. You could do a little better when speaking with their fathers, though.
Yeah, that wash in the pants story didn't really work out for you.
So, who are you again?
Larry with the real question.
Me? My name is hardly know her.
I'm Arhra.
The pleasure is mine. And the rest of you?
Yes. I'm Therian, and I'm afraid, Mr. Noah, that you have caused an unfortunate incident. Now, before we actually proceed any further, I need to know, do you know anything of the incursion from the shadow plane that has happened today?
Well, as I was approaching, I heard a bit of a ruckus and decided that I would have a bath about it. But it seems to have quieted down now, so here I be.
Assuming
You're
you're
not
the
one to
same.
honor, are you?
So I guess we're gonna head inside, and I guess you get to not come inside.
Well, he's not allowed inside the tavern. You can stay
Yeah.
in the town hall.
Okay, okay, fair enough.
I do think
No,
it's
I'd
best that you
imagine-
come with us, sir. If nothing else, than to assuage the fears of the townmaster. He believes that he spied you a couple days ago entering the area. He thought that perhaps you were some ill repute in a more dangerous way than simply to young maidens' virtues.
That cannot be true, because I, for one, had just arrived.
Arrived with who?
Myself and a maiden after the spring.
Do you often wander alone? The wilds can be a very dangerous place.
Well, these days I seem to be alone more often than before.
Would you be willing to peacefully return with us again, if only to assure the townmaster that you are not this figure that perhaps he thought he spied a few days ago? I'll ensure that you and the tavern master hopefully don't get into any more trouble with one another, so long as you can perhaps stay away from his daughter.
Well, I'm nothing if not peaceful.
Very
I
good.
think we need to be more worried about Jamie than this mister. She was looking back.
Well, we can only control what we can control. Let's return for now. It's getting late.
All right. Yes, indeed. Darkness is befalling the village. You can see the sun descending, now fully descended past the treetops, even as the light of the sky is slightly twinged with orange. And as you return to the town hall, just to verify, the townmaster says, "Did you find them?"
Well, we were thankfully able to find the good tavern keep's daughter.
Yes.
One Jamie, I believe I heard.
Yes, I heard. I heard him grumbling as he pulled her into the inn. I don't know what that's about.
She seems unharmed.
Oh, good. She's
Although,
good girl.
well, she was also
Sure.
found in the company of just gentlemen.
The musician.
I don't. So is this not the same strange fellow that you said you saw by the Dayspring?
No. This man arrived yeah, a day or two ago, but he's been seen about in the village playing music at the inn. As I believe, good sir, you're looking for a friend of yours, yes?
Well, yes, sir, that is correct.
Did you find him?
He does not seem to be that easy to find.
No. Oh, you found young Jamie. Oh, that's what that was about.
Yes. Is there any chance, perhaps, that you would allow the musician to stay at the town hall tonight? He's persona non grata at the tavern.
He chuckles. He says, "Yes, I would imagine so." I have somewhat of a comfy couch in my office for when my wife is angry at me as well. So yes, of course, you may stay there, and I will go home and be with her.
Much obliged.
Indeed. But you didn't find any others then. Did you make it to the spring?
We were on the way to the spring when we encountered this musician and Jamie. We thought it best at this time to ensure that both were returned safely. considering the late hour.
I see. Okay. Well, I hope you don't plan on leaving the town before you've investigated.
No, we won't return to Coasthold until we've had a chance to check the Dayspring itself. It may be best to do so in the morning when there's better light.
Of course. Very wise, Mr. Therian. Well, musician, follow me. And he walks off towards the back of to the office and whatnot. What did the rest of you do?
I tag along. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know that we're getting some pretty good thunderstorms where we're at, and my neighborhood's notorious for losing power. So
Great.
if we happen to vanish.
Gotcha. Good to
Nader
know.
got him.
Yeah.
The paladins disappeared.
Paladins 2. Thunderous Boogaloo.
I'll follow Ardley and the mayor into the town hall.
Oh no, they're already in the town hall. He's leading him to the back.
They're already in there.
Yeah, you guys are in there.
Okay.
He's leading him to the back office.
Never mind. I will not follow him.
Okay.
We've had one right monster, yes, but what about a second?
I understand that feeling. Therian actually would be checking to see if anybody, considering how recent the attacks were and how late it is, checking to see if anybody's gone through the effort of trying to, gather the dead to ensure that they've been identified, and seeing if any arrangements are being made for how they are to be put to their final rest and whatnot.
Yes,
Basically trying to help with that effort.
When you get out there, you notice that several villagers are bringing them to the stable and putting them in the stable for the night, given the attacks and whatnot, and they'll find more permanent solutions later.
All right. I will offer to those responsible to assist with burying them. One of my cantrips allows me to move loose soil relatively easily. Would make it go a little faster, a little easier to dig some proper graves.
Okay.
My character would.
Go ahead, James.
I was gonna say my character would probably help with that, and he would make sure to pray over each of the dead. He's a very devout person.
Okay.
Nice.
I'd be helping out with whatever I'm able to. I'd be just the mentality of I'm here to serve. I'm here to help out Duke and his associates any way I can. So whatever is asked within a 4-foot tall person's capabilities.
I'm already
So
asleep.
I'm probably fumbling around.
You're already asleep.
You're already asleep.
Boy.
He had a very exhausting evening.
All right. So yes, Therian and Kalen. Kalen, some of the individuals don't recognize your prayers, so they do actually inquire, and you have a talk with them, and take a few minutes to have that discussion. And they seem to, this being a pantheistic culture, it's not like they're going to drop everything and start worshiping this one god, but they do seem to appreciate the way you talk about your goddess and the theocracy she represents, or not the theocracy, the theology she represents, and you seem to bring them some measure of peace for the evening. Therian, you having known some of these people, also are able to take moments to mourn with them. None of them are the family members of the deceased. They tell you that they've been alerted, but they haven't come and seen them at the moment, given the late hour, and that there's already a plan for them. So, friends, you comfort friends in this moment, and the two of you are able to bring some measure of comfort. Otto, you seeing that your stature is not really of physical use, you do your best to keep your senses open and eyes open should any new portals open up. and you take somewhat of a sentry position, being what you're comfortable with, which is kind of staying in the outskirts, staying out of the limelight and observing more than anything else.
Yep.
But you do go check in at the inn just to make sure that there's no problems going on there, and the innkeeper returns to you your short sword. Noticeably, Jamie is nowhere to be found. And Ara just stands there.
I'm gonna go to the tavern.
Ah, of course.
I was gonna make a joke about Ara going to go just get drunk at the tavern, and apparently I was right.
And now there's thunder outside my window. So, hey, I might also just disappear. And I'm sure that won't have any negative impacts on the recording.
Our DM's even necessary anyways.
Right. Yeah.
If you're recording it in MP4, it's gonna be corrupted if it suddenly stops.
Yeah. That'll be fun. Alright. But, the night winds down, and the next morning arrives. Family members come to arrive to look after their lost loved ones. Several of them do take you up on the offer, Therian, and they one by one, to be respectful, which takes time, cart the bodies out to a hill overlooking the village, and ask that you prepare decent burial grounds for them.
And I do. I take the time.
Okay. Do you have heroic inspiration, by the way?
I do. As a human, I would have gotten one at the end of the long rest.
Okay.
So, thank you, though.
I will say this then. Here's what we're going to do, guys, for heroic inspiration. If someone earns one and has one, you may elect a party member to give it.
Oh, in that case, I will elect to give it to, let's go with Kalen. Yeah. Since he was, let's go with that.
I like that idea, just so that way we don't have stuff going to waste. It does take several, trips to do it. It's really one big service, and you, after a couple hours, give them time to grieve on their own. So for you, let's say you're freed up by, let's say, noon. What are the rest of you guys doing?
So it's been overnight, now it's the next day?
Correct.
Okay.
And you've got about 2 to 3 hours while Therian is helping attend to the dead.
I would have started my day with having something to eat, and then I probably would have perched myself on top of a house to kind of watch and see if there's anything different. After probably the first hour or so, I probably would have just kind of scoped out the area of Dayspring, just the buildings, the surroundings, trying to see if there's anything specific that would have been kind of odd, that would have indicated that maybe it was a planned attack from outside, or if anyone's been, not on the normal paths that you would see people walking down, or carts or horses.
Okay. I mean, it's just a grieving community, best you can tell. On occasion, people kind of look at you like, why is there someone on a roof? But given all that's going on, they don't seem to... They it's more of just a curiosity rather than anything else. Eventually, though, you having observed that, and upon Therian's return, that you hop down to go meet Therian. We'll say that. Is anyone else doing anything during that kind of 3-hour dead time?
Ardley is just packing up his travel bag after his night's sleep on the couch, and is just preparing to go ahead and leave town just because he's got one way of making a living and he burned that bridge.
Yep.
And needs to go find the next town to play music in.
Okay. Alright, so he has a early morning, or a late morning, he sleeps in and he begins to do that before he notices that he left a few things in the inn. And you work on a way to try and grab those. Meeting Jamie near the back exit of the inn, asking her to go into your room and grab those things, leading to somewhat
It's
of
the
a...
party.
Hey, Jevin, you're
She's
not on
well
mute.
acquainted with the back exit.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Good grief.
All right. Anyway, that does go off relatively without a hitch. You guys share a kiss before you can hear from inside the inn the innkeeper yell for his daughter, looking for her, and you take that moment to steal away without looking back. And as you are starting to exit, you also run into Otto and Therian on your way out, and we'll come back to that. James, what are you doing?
So, I'm new to the land, so I'm going to spend my time speaking to everybody I can.
Okay.
I'm going to be asking about the relic I'm looking for, if they've ever heard anything like, or not necessarily for the relic, because I doubt anybody would have heard of it, but like, where are the places of knowledge, and like, where would I even go? Because I'm in an unknown place, so I'm just trying to figure out where's the major city at, where is the capital,
Sure.
things like that. And then the other half of the thing I'd be doing is, any chance I get, I would be telling people about my goddess Amrose and spreading what I can there. I would help out anybody in need, like with the dead. I totally would be helping with that effort as well. My character doesn't need to sleep as an elf, so I only have to like meditate or something for 4 hours. So I would have gone most of the whatever spare time I had would be doing these activities.
Okay. Well, while you don't need to sleep, most of the villagers are just human and do. So you aren't able to really get up and talk with many people until the morning activities start. You are able to kind of talk with people and discuss with their grief, as most of them attend the funeral service, and you're able to chat with them. But as you're assisting with the bodies and riding up the hill, before the actual services start, when you're riding back and forth, you are able to ask some of those questions. You garner that, actually, let's say this, Therian, you were also in one of the wagons. So Therian is able to answer some of those questions for you, and Andrew, I don't know if you'd like to go ahead and answer some of them. Know my world better than me. I'm just kidding.
No, sorry.
It's all right.
Not tonight.
So, as a reminder, well, actually, I'll do this. You guys are about a half day's travel from Pinambara. Most of the small villagers don't know anything about large areas of education, but they do know the 3 major city-states that formed the kingdom. That being Northcliff, Pinambara, and Coasthold. Coasthold being the capital. So they inform you about those locations. Therian is able to also say that is where they traveled from Coasthold, from the capital, and that he is a friend of the headmaster of the academy, and the academy is home to the king's library, and is a repository of a lot of knowledge and books and about history and arcanum and poetry and all that. So that's where you're probably wanting to go.
All right. Sir Therian, thank you for all your help. When
You're
we get
welcome.
back, if you could if you could help guide me and help me, I have this important quest. I must find this relic, and I'm happy to help you along my way.
Of course. I have a good friend who should be able to help you, hopefully.
Okay. Ara, do you have anything you're doing in the morning?
Seeing as I know what it's like to lose people, I'm comforting people.
Okay.
Just
So
just,
the three of you are helping with that. Jevin, you're observing. Chase is on his way out. As all four of you, three of you, the paladins and the druid are walking back towards the town. That is when Audley joins the crew, and Otto, you're quickly behind him. And so the three of you notice that Audley is heading out. And does anyone say anything?
wait, Artley, where are you going?
Well, it seemed that my one way of making money is no longer required here.
There's ways to make money. Just come with us.
There's taverns that'll take you, I'm sure. Play us a little ditty.
Yeah.
Well, are y'all staying here?
No, we are about to head back to the castle.
Coasthold,
Castle.
specifically. Yes.
Aye, that would make more sense.
Yes, Coasthold.
We have to report what's happened here, unfortunately. And you are
Well,
welcome to
there's
join
a few
us.
bars. There's a few taverns there that I haven't been run out of yet, so I suppose we could find some of those.
I believe I overheard the good townmaster mentioning that you were looking for someone. I can think of few places better to try to find someone that perhaps has gone missing than a large population center compared to such a small town as this.
Who are you looking for?
Oh, just someone from my past that I wasn't prepared to lose.
Nothing else, perhaps you'll find a clue.
I suppose one more trip to Coasthold wouldn't hurt.
Well, if we have nothing else to do, I suggest that we proceed with haste.
That's when the town master runs out and says, "Gentlemen, have you checked the Dayspring yet?"
Oh,
Oh,
Would
well,
I have been able to have seen the Dayspring while I was perched on the roof?
I've got a brain like a steel colander, full of holes.
To answer
Good
your
Lord.
your question, Jevin, no, the trees block clear vision from where you're at. It is about a half mile away, very close.
Okay.
The village was certainly built. The village it is what gives the village its namesake, but it's not a cleared area. There's many trees in the area. You're in kind of up in not in the mountains, but certainly at similar to the base of the Colorados. You know what I mean? Where it's like there's
Yeah.
but on the other side, not on the plain side, on the California side.
Gotcha.
As I was saying, we should make haste to the Dayspring and investigate that before we go to Coasthold.
yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. You guys head over. You guys head over to the Dayspring. By the way, ladies and gentlemen at home, this is what is known as railroading. And this is
it's
why
not a bad thing.
Yeah, this is why railroading is sometimes just necessary. Because average guys who don't do this for a living and have children and have jobs don't remember everything. Anyway, so you guys walk to the Dayspring. Chase, you would know this. Ardley would know this, given that he's been here. And honestly, actually, Therian and Ardley would know that behind the spring is really a misnomer. It's called Dayspring because when the sun, during the rise of the sun, snow melt from the mountains runs off and creates like a waterfall into a kind of nice clear water, freshwater lake. It's very cold, but behind the waterfall is actually a cave.
So Therian and Ardley know this.
Yes. Therian, because he's been trying to set up an enclave here. In fact, this Dayspring is one of the main attractive reasons for setting up an enclave here. And Ardley, because the cave is a well-liked spot for paramours.
Let's see here. What would make most sense? So if we're investigating the area for these mysterious figures that the townmaster had seen, I presume that we don't obviously see any other like strange people about, and if Ardley had noticed anybody strange, probably wouldn't have been getting familiar with the tavern keep's daughter. However, there could be clues to be found. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wild shape into a wolf, like standard wolf form, and basically pull a bloodhound. Start sniffing around, looking for anything unusual.
Has the situation been explained to Ardley at this point? I would imagine.
Probably not.
The interim time, no.
Or am I just reminiscing on last night's events?
So after I wild shape, I'll say, I apologize, Ardley. I didn't realize that the figures that the townmaster was worried about were not you. I hadn't met you or seen you myself. I was out of the town at the moment. He mentioned that he saw some strange, I presume he at least thought, dangerous-looking individuals lurking about the Dayspring, and requested that, yes, I thought it best if we investigate, see if we can find any sign of them, see if perhaps they were in any way connected to the unfortunate attack on the village. You didn't happen to notice anything, or perhaps you were too distracted by fields of gold.
Washing your pants.
Well, I was a little occupied, but to my knowledge, no.
As we would have been approaching, Otto would have been kind of just looking around, trying to identify if he can find like patterns of several groupings of feet, maybe in the ground, like any like broken twigs or anything, just any kind of settlement or movement that would disrupt typical nature.
Okay. Possibly an old campsite that was attempted to be covered or something like that.
Okay.
Like a
Right.
old campfire or whatever, something like that.
All right.
Exactly.
Give me a...
So we've got a hound and I'm searching for settlings.
So I'm going to ask for a perception check, with keen senses being involved, Andrew, from you, and give me a survival check from you, Jevin.
Survival? Okay.
I'll if you want perception, I'll let you swap out.
So, keen senses is advantage. First roll was a 7, second roll was a natural 20, so a total of 27.
Okay.
I like keen senses. This is why we keep utility forms.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. You guys start walking together, but split up a little bit. You find. Let's do Andrew first. Andrew, at first you find, having caught a whiff of something, and then leading you to where, leading you somewhat into the bushes, and then Ardley walks up next to you, and suddenly you understand what you have stumbled upon, and immediately go away from the bushes.
I wouldn't smell that.
You cover one side of the spring. You cover one side of the spring, and you do discover several other scents. Now, of course, it's not like you've been sniffing the people of the village, so it could entirely be the people of the village.
True.
But there does seem to be a high trafficked area that you stumble across that would be strange for it to be the village itself. Now,
Okay.
Jevin, you discover tracks. You discover tracks on the other side of the spring, somewhat that aren't. It's difficult to discern individual steps because it looks like it has become several people have walked back and forth, almost creating a small little foot trail through some of the underbrush. And when you look back, if you were to draw a line, or rather draw a path from Therian to the waterfall, you see a natural formation, or a natural path, a natural curve leading to and fro the waterfall.
Okay.
Again, there is a path that clearly villagers have created near the edge of
But
the
this
water.
one's kind of off
And this is not it. Correct. This is through the brush, intentionally avoiding the path that the villagers appear to normally utilize.
Hey, Therian, come smell this
Yeah.
for me.
I trundle on over.
Okay.
Give it a sniff.
Okay. You do identify. You are able to identify several of the smell signatures from your area. In fact, you're able
Ruh-roh,
to.
Raggy.
In fact, you're able to identify several of them, literally leading from your point to. If you were to follow a logical path through the brush and the trees, you were able to basically follow that scent all the way to him, clearly indicating that the people that you were, that the smell signatures you discovered were in fact walking through this path and to Jevin's location.
Well, Otto, it would appear that we have discovered something quite interesting here. Trail, not off-traveled, at least not by the people of Dayspring. I won't claim to know their scents terribly well, but I did discover something odd, and the scent from there seems to match the scent on this trail. I think we have found a decent clue here. The question is, should we follow it to the waterfall and check the cave, or attempt to follow it away?
Waterfall's closer, right? So let's check there first.
That would make the most sense. Right. By any
I see
chance,
that-
Ardley, did you and Jamie utilize the cave last night?
Well, the cave, that bush you were smelling, the couple of the bushes that you walked through?
I
This
thought I
guy's no
smelled
gentleman.
something interesting. All right. Well, I will just assume that you are too preoccupied with your own activities to notice anything potentially useful. Or I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you would have offered up such information if you had any.
I mean, I don't know. You want to roll to see if I remember anything?
No. Anyway.
Okay.
No, that's a fair assumption. All right,
Yeah.
so you guys walk into the cave, but you do have to go through the water to do it, which causes as it splatters.
Now there's a wet dog smell.
Yeah, exactly. And as it,
Guys, it's really cold.
you walk through the water, and it does cause you to lose the trail, the scent. But as you walk in, you're able to pick it back up in some of the areas. However, it is very dark inside the cave. The light does filter through the water, but not to be able to determine detail.
What about
I
the
was
Cast light?
it's dark vision.
What, James?
I cast light.
You cast light. Very good. I hoped you prepared that. So you touch your you pull your shield out and touch your shield, casting light upon it as bright light fills the space. It is a fairly large cavern, about 20 to 25 feet at its width, and it can go fairly deep in, about 30 to 35 feet. What you immediately notice is that with the light cantrip shining, a hole has been cut out about 15 feet into the side of the cave. Oddly, while you were admittedly in the distracted while you were last in here, that hole definitely wasn't there.
Oh, well, that's new.
What's that? Otto
hole.
has no idea where he's at. No.
The hole. Andrew begins to sniff, and he regains the scent of the people that he was tracking. Oh no. The paladins are talking off screen. Anyway. Andrew regains the scent, and it leads to the hole, to the cutout in the side of the cave.
Wait.
While he's doing that, do I see any crates or anything that's like
No.
obviously like human made?
No, the cave itself is untouched, other than
It's
the
just
giant
cavern walls.
gaping hole in the side of it.
That apparently wasn't there last night? Or at least that they didn't notice last night?
James, you gotta say stuff like that, man. That's hilarious. You gotta share. You can't keep that one alone. You gotta share that with the party. Anyway,
This could not have been dug in one singular night.
Don't discount.
Do you believe in magic? And then I cast Detect Magic.
okay.
Nice.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Oh, he's got some lungs.
You definitely sense. Hold on. You definitely sense a degree of magic. I believe Detect Magic tells you the school of magic, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
The domain, school, whatever it's called.
Okay. I don't have them memorized, so let me just look up. Let's see.
Yeah, within 30 feet.
Abjuration, evocation,
Yeah. Okay. You
conjuration, transmutation.
pick up an incredibly strong sense of abjuration magic coming from the hole. I mean, like some of the strongest you've ever felt.
Oh. Well, this is quite interesting. There seems to be abjuration magic coming from this hole.
Abjuration, you say? We should keep our
do declare.
distance. It likely means that it's been warded or trapped in some way.
Also, Andrew, I don't know if you heard me say, but you pick up the scents back in the cave and they lead into the hole.
Gotcha. So this would appear to be the direction we need to go, but if we go without appropriately taking care of whatever defenses they may have left behind, I don't... No, best case scenario is it's simply something that would prevent us from entering. Worst case scenario, well...
Harley just picks up a rock
Harley picks
and
up
just
a rock.
tosses it through. Yeah, just tosses it through the entrance of the hole.
Nothing happens.
Do we make the half-orc thing walk through the...
That would be a lesson, guys. If you're not here, your character gets to be the trap detector.
Well, the last time someone wasn't here during a boss fight, they got made to basically, yeah, same thing.
I could press buttons all day long.
Yeah.
And this is specifically magic. Otto has no idea what's going on here with the abjuration magic.
Right, yeah.
So I can't use these tools, any type of being able to thieve around, if you will.
I mean, what do you want to do? I don't. There's no tools. There's nothing to be worked on right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's there's nothing I can do here because there's nothing that I can review.
Urim thinks for. Urim says, I don't mind. And then in the middle of a sentence, he stops, almost as if he's listening to something. And then he says, I will walk through.
I like schizophrenic players.
All right, and he walks through the hole, and nothing appears to happen to him.
Okay.
We should still be on our guard. Even if he is unharmed, if the abjuration magic still exists, which I presume oddly you can still sense it.
Yes. Okay.
I will say that as you walk, you take a few steps away from the hole, as the orc, as Urim walks closer, just in case something bad happens. And as you step away, you lose the sense of it.
As I back away from the hole,
back away from the hole, you lose the sense of it.
Yes, it's quite strong, specifically in this area. If we go in further, I'd be able to tell you if it continues.
Logically, I would presume, it being abjuration, that if it's not warded against entry or to punish those that attempt to enter, then it's likely some sort of scrying or alarm. Whoever said it likely knows whoever goes through it, or at least that somebody has gone through it. We shouldn't presume that whoever we're following is going to be caught by surprise.
I know.
Was that what you were able to abjure?
I've made a bit of study of magic myself. Well, let's continue on.
I certainly have no problem taking point.
Well, I mean, Urim already did that. You guys sent him in there like like a canary.
Like a big, beautiful canary.
Yeah, he did it immediately.
Well, I certainly have no problem letting you.
All right. So
Since it appears that nothing bad happened, I will follow.
Okay.
So you guys continue.
As you guys walk into the hole, it is dug out only about. It's not a long path. It's only about 5 feet, and it seems to lead you to a chamber that is very clearly not a natural formation, and that is my Halo reference for the night. In the middle of this perfectly squared chamber perfectly squared chamber of rock is a device. It seems to be a stone cylinder with arcane runes that glow faintly. And this is clearly, Chase, as you're walking towards it, clearly the center of the abjuration magic. This worked stone cylinder in the middle of the room with arcane runes around it. It almost looks like a piston that, for about 3 foot high, is a cylinder, and then there is a brass, or not a brass, you don't really know what it is because it glows blue, but a smaller cylinder within, and then on top of it is another stone cylinder that is much thinner, probably only about 6 inches, almost like a capsule. If you guys ever played the old Sonic games, you know, stone cylinder, glowing blue shaft leading up from it, and then a capsule top on top. Don't do it, Andrew. Don't do it.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Anyway.
He said shaft.
Chase enters and the party's maturity collectively goes down.
I'm an adult with 4 kids and a 5th on the way, everybody.
Why is this my fault? I'm not saying you're wrong, but why do you have to say it was my fault?
It's the bardic energy.
Yeah. Now,
I'm
obviously,
Bardicus.
I'm Bardicus. As rightly so, you guys enter the room and fixate on the column, but as
Fixate on the shaft.
Kaylin walks in. Kaylin walks in, and as the shield passes through and illuminates the space greater, you see several dead bodies, what you presume to be dead bodies, littering the chamber floor.
Ooh.
See dead people.
Do they seem long dead, recently dead? Like, are these mostly decayed?
They're...
How identifiable are they?
They're...
Big dead, small dead.
Monster.
Given your senses, they smell less than 24 hours deceased. They have not started to stink in terms of, like, normally it takes about 3 days for humans to be able to pick it up, but given your refined senses in your current form, I'm going to say that you have smelled animal corpses in the past with certain forms, and that you can sense this.
Yeah.
This is certainly within 24 hours.
These are only recently dead. Potentially as recently as last night, in time with the attacks.
Now, I will say that this pedestal in the center, it is giving off quite a lot of this abjuration.
Ah, so it wasn't the hole itself that was warded, it's simply where you could begin to detect the power from this thing. The power of this shaft.
I abjure this shaft.
The question is...
Well, I'm certainly not going to touch it.
Without touching anything, I would like to do my best to examine the various runes and whatnot, try to ascertain what this thing is supposed to do or its purpose.
Okay. Do you have Arcana? Are you proficient?
I do.
Okay. Without a check, these are unlike any runes you've ever witnessed.
This is most peculiar. I've studied magic, both arcane and primordial, and this isn't anything like what I've seen We need to get to Coasthold very, very quickly. Hakim needs to be made known of this right away.
Honor, without even a second of doubt, just starts going back out the other way, and
Otto's
it's
like,
just trying
cool.
to get out.
Wolf says we gotta go. Let's go.
Exactly.
What were you
Doesn't
gonna
even
say,
wait for
James?
any other conversation. Leaves everyone behind. More of like scouting the way to make sure we're not being like blocked in, but like specifically like he's right. We need to get back.
James?
Would my character recognize the symbols from his world?
Great question.
No.
Yes, but actually no.
I may not
That's a
be able to
great
understand them,
question.
but would I at least like
No.
recognize them?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, my intelligence.
Memory.
I mean, you couldn't remember where you were before the shadow fell. You got some holes up there.
Oh, this is awesome. I rolled a 4.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Here's what I'll say. You don't, like, maybe they seem familiar, maybe they just don't. All arcanic symbols are essentially just scratch, different lines and curves kind of melded together. And so it's difficult for you to say if you recognize any of them, or if simply the pattern, you're just pattern recognition, there's just pattern recognition going off in your head that, look, arcanic symbols, and it's up, you're unable to parse through whether they could come from your world or not.
Look, magic letters. I don't know what they mean.
My brain feels a little bit fuzzy when I look at them.
If y'all had spent decades in
Get all
the Shadow
tingly.
Film, y'all wouldn't remember much either.
Yep, there are bodies around, but the pedestal's not giving you guys any more information.
Can I examine some of the bodies?
You
I was
can.
about to say, before we leave, we should examine the bodies, search them, see if there's anything identifying, important, that kind of thing.
Otto
If
left.
necessary, yeah, Otto left. If necessary, I can
I'm basically
drop
like keeping an eye out.
but as part of the search, if necessary, I'm more than happy to drop my wild shape to better rifle through pockets and whatnot as needed to look for important stuff.
Okay. Here's what you guys. I'm gonna. You know what? Let's do this. Everyone, make me both a perception check. Let's do the perception checks first, and then I'm gonna ask for an investigation check as well from everybody. So let's do perception checks first.
Okay.
Don't shout them out yet. I'll give you. I'll do what I'm doing here. Raise your hand if you're 20 or above. 20 or above? Okay. Raise your hand if you're 15 or above. Okay. Raise your hand if you're 10 or above. And Jevin's not there. I'll say Urim's not there either, so... Okay.
I mean,
Otto
if
and
we're
Urim
like,
are just hanging out
monkey
together.
You found...
you're gonna say we're going to like take him back, but we can say like before I left, did I perceive anything?
5, 6.
Yeah. It's rough when one rolls a 5 on the die, but I'm glad that your skill monkey build is
skill
already starting to pay off.
monkey commence.
Yes,
Okay, 25.
the skill nanigans.
You guys find, collectively, you guys find 25 pieces of gold and 50 pieces of silver. Collectively, there are about 6 bodies in here. That's what you guys find. You also find, Chase specifically, oddly specifically, you find what appears to be a journal next to one of the bodies that is very badly mangled. And the journal, there are several pages that have blood in them, but several entries that you can in fact read. We'll get to that in a second. James and Larry, you guys find, actually, you know what? We don't even need to do investigation checks for this. You guys find several sigils. You guys find a sigil on each of the bodies, and then on a hunch, you guys start looking for them, specifically on the other bodies. Every one of them has one of these leather sigils sewn into a pocket on the inside of their jackets, or some of them are wearing cloaks. But somewhere on their body is a sigil. The sigil is a solid white circle with 3 lines kind of coming off at about a 30-degree angle from the top. One line is about 2 inches long. The line underneath it, going off at the same angle, is about 1.5 inches long, and then there's a third line underneath that going off about 1 inch long in direction. Slightly detached from the circle, so it's not like they're touching the circle. There's a small little space in between the circle and the lines, going off at a 30-degree angle in the long, medium, and short lines underneath it.
Do you not have an image you can share?
I do, but I don't have it pulled up right now. I'll send it in the session notes. I'll send it after the session in the session notes.
Because I'm not following.
You do a quick drawing on the map real fast.
Yeah, it's not going to be very good, but I'll do it.
I was hoping it wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
We like that art. Yay!
Many bodies are there?
Does that come in not robot?
Sorry, Larry. We couldn't understand a word.
I was saying, how many bodies are there for the purpose of how many sigils we found?
6.
Okay.
While you are drawing this,
There you go.
do I, or I guess probably anyone, recognize what it is?
No. None of you recognize what this sigil is. Without a check, none of you recognize it. So
Check would be required.
no, I mean you guys don't know what it is.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Does anyone have? You know what I'll say? Does anyone have proficiency in history?
Probably.
I do not.
That's the one.
That's the one you don't.
The three skills I don't have proficiency.
How much? I'm trying to write all this down. How much silver was there?
There was 50 pieces of silver and 25 pieces of gold.
All of you poors can distribute that amongst yourselves.
All right. And then every single one of the bodies in there, and Larry, there's about 8 bodies crammed into this space in various degrees of not good shape. There's mangled bones. There's very clearly claw tears, bite marks in several of them. They certainly befalled a grisly fate. Now, Chase, as you walk
They may have been
over,
attacked by those mastiffs.
as is a safe bet. As you walk over, walk over or look over the journal. I'm gonna exit the full screen here. Oh, show chat. Yeah, Larry, won't be too long. We'll get a break here in a second.
I already went. I'm good.
You're good? Okay, good. As you look over, I'm going to do this in session notes. I'm going to exit the full screen, which is going to suck for the party, but it's okay. Or for the audience, but it's okay for a moment. In-game notes. Chase, the first... What the heck? No, not an image, you stupid thing.
No.
In game, don't know what the symbol's supposed to be. It looks like just a rock falling from the sky.
Yeah, it looks like a meteor. I was gonna say something about that in character, and then
It's the Order of Sephiroth.
I
We
believe
must
this
find
has
holy.
something to do with the end of the dinosaurs.
Alright, I'm going to just put these in the chat and then I will read them off as well.
It's the
for
K2
the
consortium.
audience.
You said you were putting them in session notes.
I'm going to put them in session notes and then I'll read them off as well. Okay. So,
Okay.
In game notes and lore, not session notes.
I'm sorry, not session notes, in-game notes. Alright.
Oh.
So, you thumb through the journal. There are various pages before you get to certain entries, but as you're kind of skimming through them, they don't appear to have anything to do with his life in this town. Most of the pages appear to be ripped out and or too bloodied, as if perhaps it fell on the ground and was stepped on during the fight. There are torn pieces of paper around the journal, but dated 20 days ago, there's an entry that says the following: We have finally.
You want me to,
I'm sorry.
Do you want me to read it out loud?
Sure, by all means, if you would
like
like.
I'm reading it. Like I'm reading it to the rest of the group.
Absolutely. If you would like, go for it. I do not have to read it.
Yay, Chase story time.
Now it says here, as of 20 days ago, we have finally arrived at the anchor's resting place. Truly the Dakin must have been led to it by our Lord. It was tucked away in a cave, itself hidden by sheets of fallen water. And our lower brothers labored to dig into the rock and find its chamber. To keep it secret, Brother Dabble maintains an illusory rock over place of the hole. It is true what they say. Sorry, this is hard. It is true what they say of gnomish trickery. The first time I entered the cave, his head, and only his head, appeared out of the stone as if a ghost from a grave. It apparated out of thin air with a loud greeting that gave me quite a start. I am told that we will soon begin the ritual for There's so many typos in this.
Is there? Sorry, I did it kind of hastily. Sorry if there are.
Fairly literate
Begin-
Sorry.
Ritual for Mackigan, the anchored doorman. Our first step in freeing our Lord. Dated 18 days ago. The ritual did not go as planned, but we still deem it to be at least partially successful. A group of faithful brothers was able to render their anchor inert for a time using the faith-filled prayers of the Dakin. But it only remained as long as they were continued. Eventually, exhausted from exhortation, the brothers were forced to halt, and the anchor rekindled its power and now maintains the Lord's imprisonment. We have sent an envoy back to Penumbra to discuss with the council and request further assistance. The rest of us remain watchful for locals that they do not accidentally fall into the damnable crypt. It has become apparent that this is a favorite spot for paramours. Sorry. 13 days ago. Brothers adept at arcanic study have joined us at the anchor. They hope to observe the ritual and discern a way to ensure the anchor's slumber is permanent. Additional strong arms have been brought to protect us as well. As predicted by the Deacon, the barrier between this plane and the Shadowfell weakens when the anchor is dormant. Fell beasts were able to make use of the tears and attack a villager the last time we exalted. Luckily for them, our ritual took place during the bright sun, but should a portal open in our cave, we would not be so fortunate. There's several smaller entries documenting additional ritual attempts in which the cultists observed and studied the device in front of you. It appears that each time the ritual ended, the anchor regained power.
This
The end.
Yep.
is most concerning.
Yeah, I will say
This
several details of these attempts, however, are discernible due to blood covering the pages. There is, however, a map showing portal locations in the area as reported by the locals. And as you look at the map, Andrew, you can independently verify some of these because you were around for some of the openings. That's why you went to Coasthold.
Yeah.
There appears to be no recognizable pattern, but it seems they are all within 3 miles of the cave if the scale of the map can be trusted.
This anchor seems to be the reason of the Shadowfell?
More
Well, I
along
wouldn't
the
say
lines
the
that-
reason for the Shadowfell, but
No.
our
more
connection
spec-
to it, perhaps.
It seems more specifically that this group, whatever they were doing to the anchor, they said that when they suppressed it, that's when the connection to the Shadowfell strengthened, or that the barrier between the planes was weakened. Whatever they were trying to do, that's when the attacks occurred. Although they don't, it seems that they were not causing the attacks purposefully. It was more of a side effect. Something about trying to resurrect their lord. I don't know what lord they speak of. And any entity that would require something as elaborate as this to keep it imprisoned is likely one that we don't want to be getting free. We need to take this information back to Coasthold immediately. The Duke needs to be made aware, as does Hakim. Hopefully, he'll actually have some more information on what this anchor is actually supposed to be.
For someone who's never played Oblivion, it gives a lot of Oblivion.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Like,
never even watched
almost
the game.
exactly the plot of Oblivion.
Oh, really?
Big Oblivion Gate vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have never, that's even one that I've never even watched. I've never watched any of the Elder Scroll game movies either, because I don't get to play a lot of games, but I do watch the game movies. I've never even seen any of the Elder Scrolls game movies. I really should watch those, but
It's got a neat lore.
yeah.
So let's go back to town, or back to Dayspring, let the mayor know, and then head to Coasthold.
Precisely.
All right. Then let's do this. You do that, just for the sake of time, because we didn't get as far as I wanted to last session, so we've had a lot of good roleplay here. For the sake of time, let's try and, I'm going to hand wave some of this. You are able to go back to the town and discuss things with the mayor. He nervously, he obviously can't stop you, but he seems a bit nervous at the idea that you all will, that more of these, what you can confidently say are in fact cultists, will return and begin whatever ritual that they're discussing. But it's not like you can do anything about that, or it's not like you can do anything about that at the moment.
No. I would. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, I tell the mayor if you see any more unknown people that seem to be near the Dayspring, send word to Coasthold.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was going to follow it up with a recommending to the town master, something along the lines of, I know that yours is a small and peaceful village. I know you don't have any dedicated warriors of any kind, but if you have any brave enough to at least volunteer to watch the area, let you know when the cultists have returned, if it's before that we are able to return from Coasthold, because I do intend to return. As soon as you know that they're back, I would highly recommend, as much as possible, as best as possible, keeping close to your homes, so that if another, attack occurs, you do your best to barricade yourselves, protect yourselves as best as possible. Your best defense right now is knowledge. The sooner you know that they're in the area, the sooner you can protect yourselves.
Well, hopefully, if they return, we can send someone to Penimbara and perhaps get a guard detachment out. But I understand that you have to go and inform.
That's actually a wonderful idea. You should send someone now. We do need to go to Coasthold. We need to take this information directly to the Duke and some others. But you should send someone with a message to Penimbara, asking them for just a small detachment.
Okay.
I know that they don't know me, but if you believe that any word from me would help, I would be willing to write a missive.
Well, who are you going? Who do you report to at Coasthold?
My direct report would be Duke Margrave at the moment.
The Duke? Well, certainly,
yes.
if you have any sway with the Duke, perhaps I'm certain. I know that the Duke Margrave controls Northcliff, and that he does not have direct control of Penimbara, but certainly he could talk to the Duke of Penimbara.
Oh,
and
we'll talk to him about that.
We'll be doing our best, but in the meantime, even if they can only spare 1 or 2 soldiers, anything to help yourselves.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. Thank you, thank you, good Therian. We'll hopefully see you soon. Then, perhaps that enclave will be set up sooner rather than later.
While that is my goal, technically, truly, I just wish for the safety of your people. I don't want to see any more innocents slaughtered in this.
I appreciate that. Okay, well, farewell.
Alright.
James, I'm sorry, did you want to say something?
I was just going to ask, does the people of this world use, like, messenger pigeons to send messages quickly distances?
I'm going to say no.
So, in general, they don't, but actually, I could. How far away is Penimbara?
About a half day's
from
travel.
Dayspring, would you say? Half day's travel? Okay. If I've got all of 20 minutes before we would need to leave, I will ritually cast Speak with Animals to get the attention of a nearby bird and attempt, say, good friend, please alight here. I have an important task for you. And if you can perform it, not only will you get this, as I hand out a couple of good berries, but when I return, I will make sure you get more. But you just need to sit still for all of, 10 minutes.
I don't know if my mic picked that up or not, but
it did.
It did? Okay.
I mean, it's speak with animals, so I would actually understand what it's saying.
Yeah.
That was for the rest of us.
It sees the
No,
good.
fair enough.
It sees the good berries and it says,
And then so after doing the Speak with Animals thing, hopefully believing it will stay in place and is willing, I'm now going to ritually cast Animal Messenger, which, let me pull up the specific details. I'm so glad I made sure to have this prepared. I'm like, this is a thematic one. I like it. Animal Messenger. Should work. Come on. Please? Internet?
It's fine. It's fine.
There we go. Messenger. Da-da. Okay. So it does need to make technically a charisma saving throw. I don't know if you had a hand wave that or not.
I mean, here, we'll just...
Do you have
It rolled a 20 on the die.
Did it seriously?
Yes. What is it? Just read the spell for me, and I'll just... You bribed it with good berries, so...
Yeah. So it says a tiny beast of your choice that you can see within range must succeed on a charisma saving throw, or it attempts to deliver a message for you. It then says if the target's challenge rating is not 0, it automatically succeeds. You specify a location that you have visited and a recipient who matches a general description, such as person dressed in the uniform of the town guard, or red-haired dwarf wearing a pointed hat. You can also communicate a message of up to 25 words. The beast travels for the duration, which is 24 hours, to the specified location, covering about 25 miles per 24 hours, or 50 miles if it can fly.
Okay. I'm going to say that because you fed it, and you've already done speak with animals with it, that it will just go ahead and accept the task.
Thank you. When the beast arrives, it delivers your message to the creature that you described, mimicking your communication. If the beast doesn't reach the destination before it ends, the message is lost, and then returns to wherever you cast the spell.
Okay. So, go ahead, define. Now that you know nobody from Penimbara, you are unfamiliar with anyone there. Go ahead and tell me how you do this. See if we.
I hadn't thought that one. Like I said, I hadn't looked at the spell, so I was like, "Oh crap!" Whoops. But
it's a cool idea. Let's see if you can. Let's see if you can earn it.
Got it. So let's see. I will describe. Let's see here. It's like, I need you to deliver the following message to. I get to specify the location, like to Penimbara. Like that part's fine, right?
Big city that way. Sure.
Yeah, go to the large city, that direction. First big city that you can find, and look for someone who's dressed in lots of shiny, and I point to like the paladins, like look for someone who's dressed like that, and perhaps also wears a cloth.
This is
the same color that
flies
above the city.
This is the call to adventure for our next spin-off. A random group of adventurers is going to receive this message.
Fair enough.
While he's explaining this, do I remember? Through my travels, I've been to all of the different like Coasthold and Penimbara and the third one.
Northcliff.
The third one.
Yeah. Northcliff. And so I would
are you trying to help out with the description?
Yes. I would have seen guards, I would imagine.
Sure. Let's
would
do
I
this.
have ever seen the Duke?
No. Give me a intelligence check to see if you can remember any specific symbols on the guards' uniforms.
Yeah, if the bird can just find like a guard.
Yeah, intelligence check. Just an intelligence check. It's just a general memory check.
That's a dirty.
A dirty 20?
No, it's a 21.
A 21. Okay.
Nice.
You
Yay.
are able to describe the symbol of the king's guard, which, as you have determined, given that you are all that you've gone to all three cities, the guards, whether they're from Coasthold, Penimbara, or Northcliff, all utilize the same symbol of the Kingdom of Antambara, the coat of arms of the king. They are unlike the various militias that every lord is compelled to all the retainers that the lords are compelled to keep up and maintain, which do have individual coats of arms. The city guards all have the same, and so you are able to describe the symbol that they utilize to Therian, who is able to describe it to the bird.
Thank you.
And thus
basically
ruining
tell the bird
my spin-off.
But yes, telling the bird look for someone wearing that symbol, and deliver the following message.
Go!
Town of Dayspring in danger. Cultist activity found. Strange magical artifact near Dayspring itself.
Are you counting?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm at 14.
Only 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it. I think. I thought I was at
Yeah.
18, but go ahead.
Okay. Request send small detachment of gods for protection.
22. Okay. I'm sure that, okay. We'll see if that works.
There we go.
The
Off
bird,
you go, I guess.
it goes, Caw! And flies off.
Perfect. Yay!
And
We
the
did first
town
call
master,
quite clearly.
huh?
Every other one, not at all.
Yeah.
So I heard the first call very clearly, and then every single one after that.
Yeah, that's all right.
I told
Should we
myself
go ahead?
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, you good. Good.
I was just gonna. I told myself, hey, I'm gonna make sure I always have animal messenger prepared for in the event after we mess with bastions. Like if I ever need to send an order to the bastion while we're away from it, like I'll just find a random small animal to
That's
go
smart.
tell my bastion to do this.
Yeah, that's
So
smart.
it's kind of fun for it to come up in a different scenario. Like this was fun. This was
Yeah.
Yay.
That's smart.
I was gonna say after this session, are we all just gonna roll like level 20, soldiers or something like that for the spin-off?
No, the next Amen's.
The next Amen.
Amen. Crossover event.
So the townmaster walks up and he says, I don't mean to be untrustworthy of the bird, but perhaps when you get to Coasthold, you can also tell the Duke, just to cover our bases.
I still fully intend to do so.
Oh,
Good
good,
Townmaster.
good.
This is simply to try and get word to Penambara as quickly as possible. That
Okay.
bird can fly much faster than we can by horse
Great.
and
Okay.
cart.
All right. Well, I don't mean to detain you any further. Please, thank you again for your help last night and for your investigation. And my goodness, we look forward to your return as soon as possible.
We shall
I
return
don't
with all
imagine we'll be
haste.
flying at all by horse.
Okay. Anyway,
We shall return as soon as possible.
All right.
I promise. And just you all stay safe.
we will. And as you guys get the horse and cart out of the town, he's waving at you, and he leans over.
Wait.
Yep.
I am going to cast Find Seed.
Oh.
Yay!
Okay. And you as well, James? All
Yay,
right.
Paladins get
Yeah.
yeah, because they're level 5, they have Find Steed now. They get to cast it for free once per day. It's always prepared, and if I remember correctly, Find Steed just lasts until it's either dismissed or it dies.
What steed? You guys can tell me what steeds.
Oh.
Describe your steed.
Oh my gosh, this is
Is it a war horse, a pony, a camel, an elk, a mastiff, a shadow mastiff?
I was about to say, it can either be celestial, fey, or fiend. So
Yeah.
how do you wish to appear?
This is my horse. My horse is amazing.
Celestial.
Celestial? Okay. A
I
celestial
haven't seen
pony.
that song in ages.
What? A otherworldly steed
Yeah.
that can fly?
No. Well,
It says it can fly.
well,
If you cast it with a 4th or higher level spell slot.
Oh, okay.
Upscale it.
All right. I'm not
Gotta
there
read,
yet.
gotta read the template.
All right. Yes, otherworldly steed.
okay. All right. You guys are riding on your pale horses. And you guys escort the wagon out. And as you guys are leaving and the townmaster's waving his hand, he leans to one of the aides and says, "Get ready, I'm sending you to Penambara." And you guys don't hear that, but
That's fine.
he's not trusting of
I
the
don't mind
bird.
if he doubles up.
All right. we're just gonna take this. Given the late hour that you guys arrived, or that you guys left, it takes you guys 2 full nights. What?
Sorry, I was just looking at the description of Feinstein. Just don't worry about it. I'm going to send it in the chat for our paladins to consider.
Okay. Anyway, you guys have a full day on the road, the rest of this day, and then you don't arrive in Coasthold until the late morning of the 3rd day. So mark off 2 days of rations if you don't eat the good berries.
Good berries.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll eat those
One
good berries.
spell slot, the entire party's taken care of. That's
fine.
great.
All right.
Plus extra.
So
Love it.
you guys arrive back in Coasthold around 11 o'clock or so. 10 to 11 o'clock or so on the 3rd day.
Like, as in, like, 10 o'clock in the morning?
Morning, yes.
Okay.
A.M.
We arrive at 10:00. There, that help?
that is facts.
What do you do? You're back in home base, more or less.
Let's
I'm gonna beeline back to the castle to speak with the Duke. Oh, wait, no, we never went straight to the castle. We left by a direct route. Normally, with our old characters, we were taken by back channels. Therian would just return straight to the castle and request to see the Duke.
Okay.
yes.
Through the normal gates.
Keeping in mind that you guys were escorted out the doors the first time, out the gate, so this is probably the correct path. In fact, Larry knows that unless it was Marshall Tarse, that the secret door was never open to you guys. Because they tried.
Yeah.
Because
your
old party tried.
It only ever opened from the other side.
Yeah. So you guys go to the main gates. After about 15 minutes, Duke Margrave does arrive at you are ushered through the gates. Marshal Tarse collects you, and you are brought to the Duke's office. Funneling in, he says, more new people.
Yes. We have quite a bit to discuss, Duke, and I don't know if you wish to hear it immediately or if we should wait until you have a chance to summon Hakim, because he may want to hear some of this as well.
Let's hear it now. Well, I will brief Hakim if I deem it necessary. Please go on.
Yes, when we arrived back at Dayspring, unfortunately, the town was under attack again. Several townsfolk did lose their lives before we were able to fight off the incursion. During it, though, these two, pointing at Kalen and Urim, appeared from the same portals, but instead of being hostile, they were helping us with defeating the monsters of the Shadowfell that had crossed over. They are willing to assist us with this problem, so long as we are able to help them with their own personal issues. I thought it best to introduce them to you. Kalen, at least, seems to have indicated that he is from an entirely different reality, possibly. He recalls being in the Shadowfell, but that before that his memories are a bit hazy, but he doesn't recall a material plane like our own as being familiar to him.
And does the one known as Kalen speak for himself?
My apologies.
I have remembered where I was from. It took a while to jog my memory.
That was
please.
Andrew, I believe that was a out-of-game statement saying I don't remember my 80-page backstory in detail.
My apologies. I mixed out of game with in game.
It plays just as well. I mean, it's fine.
It does.
He probably wasn't like fresh on his mind where he was from.
I mean, like you said earlier, when you're in Shadowfell for so long, you know, things tend to
Crossing
Getting
between
lost.
planes through those portals probably a little disorienting to the senses and whatnot.
Yeah.
Urim just snorts. I was fine.
They. That said, we can perhaps make better acquaintance later. The big news, though, is we believe we know why, or at least a part of the reason why these shadow portals have appeared.
Elaborate.
Yes, there's a cave near the Dayspring itself, a popular haunt for paramours. It appears that hidden within this cave is actually a rather strange magical construct. I've never seen anything of it like. I wasn't able to recognize any of the symbols on it or around it, but according to our friend here, gesturing to Mr. Oddly Noah, he was able to deduce through magic that this artifact itself was extremely potent in abjuration magic. And he found, well, a journal of sorts. It appears cultists of some kind, we don't know, were attempting to suppress this anchor. And every time they were able to suppress the magic of it, that's when the connection between our plane and the Shadowfell grew weak and the portals appeared.
And how
We
did
thought
you,
it
how did
best
you come by
to
this information?
the journal that I spoke of. Oddly, would you be willing?
I produced the journal, and then
Okay. You slide it over to him, and he begins to thumb through the pages. Continue on, Therian, as he continues thumbing
Yes.
through pages.
When we found it, we did find the bodies of the cultists in the area. We didn't have to fight them ourselves. They had already been slain. Based off of the damage done to their bodies, it appears that they fell prey to the same shadow creatures that came from the Shadowfell itself.
Nice.
It appears that they weren't attempting to open these portals. It was simply a side effect of this attempt to free their lord, as they put it. Again, I believe Hakim would be most interested in this. He may even have, I would assume that he has more information than I do about this. I'm not native to the peninsula myself, as you well know. After we discovered this, though, we thought it best to return here as soon as possible. We did dispatch a message to Panambara requesting that they send some sort of defense for Dayspring, because while the cultists we found there were dead, we cannot assume that the entire cult is gone. They probably know of its location, will send more to continue whatever fell rites they were performing. That said, the message may not be received normally. I used my own magics to send to see that a little bird told them. Perhaps you could use your own authority to ensure that some protections are given.
Yes. I will ensure, in fact, I will inform Hakim. I believe his duties at the academy at the moment bar him from sallying out himself, but I'm sure he'll be able to send aides to inspect that device, and I'm sure we can give them an attachment of soldiers. We happen to, thankfully, now that the war is over, have experienced men to be able to send out and not just rely on, no offense to you, Ara, but random men and women that we find on the street. But, gentlemen, I appreciate that I say Ara, that I've worked with him now for the better month, but as we continue to see, we still continue to find random men and women, apparently, in random villages. Gentlemen, I appreciate you coming back and informing me. Is there anything else you think I should know?
The creatures
Out
that
of
we
character,
fought.
I don't remember if there is something else that he should know.
I think you did a pretty... in fact, round of applause for you, Andrew. I think you did a pretty good job there of summarizing all that.
Carried it.
Therian, I know that you sent the bird, but maybe they can also assist in getting some guards there to help out.
Yes, Ara, as I already discussed with the Duke.
I think your audio must have cut out, Larry, because he did bring that up. It happens. All right. Yes, he will ensure that we have a military detachment sent out.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. Along with a member of Hakim's staff to investigate that device. All right. It's that time. He says, "Very well. I'll ask you all now to retire to the inn. I will ensure that. I assume, gentlemen," and he gestures to Ardley, Urim, and Caleb, "if you've ventured back, that you will be available for further employ."
Always.
As Ara answers for the three new guys.
For the three new guys.
Well,
I
your
don't know what to help
elegance. Well, your elegance. I wasn't planning on being gainfully employed, but if you're offering some wages, I could be persuaded.
I am. Let's do this, gentlemen. I will ensure that you have spaces at the inn. Aura can lead you to it. Perhaps now would be a good moment to have some rest. Regarding well, I don't know if the three of you have been kept up to date. Aura, Therian, Otto, have you discussed with them our predicament regarding the doppelgangers?
At this time, no, we have not.
I see. Gentlemen, right now is not a time to get into it at the moment. In fact, I'll let Aura and your three knowledgeable party members inform you on their own time. For now, retire to your inn. Be ready. I shall almost certainly call upon you within the next couple of days. And he stands up to walk you all out, or to gesture out of the office, and Tars is going to lead you through. But before you all can exit, the king walks in.
Oh.
And he says, I apologize, William. Good William. And Tars just quickly bows out of the way, and he says,
Her bows as well.
okay. Duke
I'll
Bograve.
do a deferential head, Bob.
You give
I
deferential
stand
head.
at attention.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Jevin's
Anything
retired.
for the king.
Anyway.
Starting to wonder, maybe I'm better off on my own.
Well, also,
Bow. I think everyone
somewhere in
probably.
between.
I'll bow.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between, very respectfully and whatever Darian's
all right. He walks in. He says, "I apologize, good William, if I may enter." Duke, I didn't know you had guests. And he gestures to them. Margrave says, "Apologize, your king. If I may make introductions, these are the gentlemen who have been assisting me in investigating the matter concerning Duke Blackstone and his son." The king gestures, "Of course. Gentlemen, I appreciate the work you have done in my absence. I hear I owe a certain partial gratitude to at least you, Dragonborn, for having a throne to return to."
I bow.
Of course. Now, what is it that you are discussing now? Did I intrude? I apologize. Duke Margrave Duke Margrave speaks on all of your behalf and informs
Makes sense.
Yeah. Informs him of what you just relayed to him, and he says, Guardians of you continue to guard my kingdom against threat. I appreciate it. In fact, Duke Margrave, ensure these men are invited to the celebratory ball in 2 days' time. I wish to thank you all in a more, and he looks around the office, welcoming setting.
Ardley's eyes get wide, and he just kind of looks around like, who the fuck are these people?
What did I just stumble into?
Margrave bows and he says, Of course, sir. The king, graciously, but with the authority of a king, exits the room. The aura farming being real with this one. And see, kids, I know your lingo too. How do you do, fellow kids? But he walks out of the room, and the Duke, returning to his normal austere self, says, Gentlemen, if you don't own something nice, procure something nice. Return to me.
As Therian looks down at his tattered noble's clothing.
Yeah, he looks directly at you when he says it. He's like, buy something nice. And he says, I will have you, the ball is in 2 days' time around the dinner bell. I, however, will have Tars collect you from your inn through the secret passage before then. Be available by noon that day, yes?
Yes.
I had hoped to return before then, but considering the situation, of course.
What do you mean before? What? Speak your mind, Therian.
The situation in Dayspring concerns me greatly.
That is no longer that is no longer of your concern at the moment. You have done what you can do. Hakim's man and the attachment of soldiers will do what they need to. I assure you, my friend, we will keep up our end of the bargain, but I need you here to keep up yours.
Very good.
If I may,
understand.
Yes, Ranger?
We should send soldiers from Northcliff as well.
Elaborate.
The creatures that we faced were rather strong, and we would not have accomplished this alone if it were not for Kalen and this orc elf thing joining us at just the proper time.
We will send Northcliff being on the other side of the mountains. We will send them from Pinambara, but I assure you we will send a proper strength detachment. Thank you again for your counsel, Ranger, but I have decreed it. Let us have no more talk of this.
If I just might offer one suggestion for the detachment that you're sending, based off of what was written in the journal and our own experiences, whoever's going, there should be some among them with some magical ability, especially those that would be able to bring light to dark places. The journal itself seems to indicate that if the attacks happen during the daytime, it's not so bad, but as we experienced, the attack at twilight, these creatures were able to turn invisible at will, it seems, when the light is not sufficient.
I see.
Something to keep in mind.
I see. I appreciate that. I'm sure when Hakim sends his man, he'll make that recommendation. This is not the first time we've had to send a military attachment to escort a member of the Academy. I assure you, they are adept at adapting, as it were.
Of course.
Now, please exit my office. I do have business.
Very well.
Tars walks you guys.
And we go.
Yeah. Tars walks you guys out. You guys have 2 days. Larry walks you guys to the inn. The innkeeper nods as he says, yes, the Duke informed me. Your regular rooms are ready, though doesn't seem to be regular for most of you. Most of you I have not met before. And he looks at the orc, the greenish orc, and he says, "Weren't you a bunny the last time you were here?"
Tavern Keeper has fourth wall breaking powers.
Just wait till I inform you that he's actually a dragon. No, I'm just kidding.
Tavern Keeper Deadpool confirmed.
Ryan Reynolds dropped off quick.
Does he serve chimichangas?
All right, but you guys have 2 days to kill, so let's do this. Let's go one by one here just to see if there's anything you guys want to do with that 2 days time. I apologize. I know normally that when I'm going to give you guys roleplay time, I try and give you guys a heads up, but we're making pretty good time. So let's just see if we have some time, have some activities you guys want to do. Let me start with who do I see at top? Larry, you're on top. I see. Are you wanting to do anything with your 2 days?
Can we take 5?
I'm sorry.
I
what was that,
definitely
Chase?
need to.
I said, can we take 5?
You need a break?
I don't absolutely need a break, but it seems like a good stopping point.
Yes. Yeah. No, that's fine. We're almost done with this session, but I think a 5-minute break is warranted, gents. So we will be back. I mean, for you guys, it won't actually matter because I'm just going to skip through the break. So, you know.
Through the power of editing.
Through the power of editing. Gents, let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll come back to our roleplay activities. All right, and we're back. For us, it felt like forever since we last saw you, and for you, I'm sure it felt even longer. But we are in fact back, and we're back. Finishing up some more roleplay opportunity in Coasthold before we take the next steps, gentlemen. Larry, what do you want? Do you have anything you would like to do for the first couple days? For the next 2 days?
I definitely need to get some nice-looking clothes to wear to this ball.
Indeed you do.
So I would like to go into town, or into the. We're already in town, but go to a clothing store.
Okay.
And see what they need.
All right. Well, it takes you a whole day. You do know where they are in the southern district that you do, and perhaps Kalen can go with you so that way you can show him that there are tailors, that the southern district being the economic hub of Coasthold, where many of the textiles and merchants are found. You go to the southern district and you find one that is able to create a set of that is able to tailor some fine clothing for you, but it is not cheap, especially on short notice. I'm just gonna search it up because I don't want to look it up in the book. 5E.
Fine clothes are 15 gold.
There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
But given the short
Hold up and ready to go.
Yeah, thank you. Given the short notice and whatnot, they ask for 18 to given your dragonborn physiology and the short notice, they ask for 18 gold to have it ready by noon tomorrow morning and delivered.
Thank you, sir, for the expedient service.
Okay, so go ahead and mark 18 gold off. Is there anything you guys talk about while you're?
While me and Kaylin are out, you know, I see Kaylin, just looking at me all weird, you know, and I say to Kaylin, is everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I've just never seen a walking dragon before. You're the strangest creature I've ever seen.
I've never seen a paladin high elf before. I've seen high elves, but just not a paladin.
Where I come from, there are many people of many different walks of life that have dedicated their lives to the goddess Famrose, and I was happened to be chosen for the paladin oath.
Well, you want to see something cool?
Yeah?
I sprout my wings.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh yeah, you're level 5 now.
spectral
Yay.
wings. That's cool. You guys
The
wanna see-
tailor's like getting your measurements. And, like, and then suddenly he's like, oh shit. And then he's like trying to measure how he's gonna figure out how the logistics of that works now.
I gotta put like these slits in the back here. Okay.
I don't have to pay 18 gold, do I? Because I'm just a normal person.
I mean, for the quick notice, yeah, they charge you 18.
Is there haggle or negotiations of any kind?
I will give, if you want to try a persuasion check, I will allow a persuasion check.
I want to try.
Oh.
My dice rolls have been terrible.
Who wouldn't want to give a discount to that face?
This is the dumbest time to get a nat 20. Okay, so 28.
That's how D&D works,
28?
baby. 28? Holy crap!
Yeah,
Useless roll I'm gonna get.
and it saved
They
you.
throw in all of the
It
good
saved you a whopping 3 gold coins because they're like, you know, I do think, given your body type, I do think I have something better prepared that won't take very long. So we can do it for the 15 and be delivered as a part of the same delivery that the Dragonborn has made. So wow.
Shucky pays you.
Out of character, we decided that he's getting that ring of protection.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so
Both our pallies now have a ring of protection.
okay, well, so I was gonna, so I probably have the ring of protection on me since I'm the surviving party member of the.
Oh yeah, you would.
Right.
You would have taken it off of Ranshaw's corpse.
So I say
Do
to
you have it?
what's that?
I digress.
Okay.
So I to Kaylin, I go, hey, fellow paladin, here's a ring of protection that you could use. You'll have to attune yourself to it. I don't know how it works in your realm, but
Hello, fellow
Here.
pally.
Suddenly, Ara gets a skateboard.
that was a level 5 too, right?
What, a skateboard?
A skateboard.
Yeah. I think that's standard equipment, yeah. For a level 5 pally. Alright.
Thank you. You're good, sir.
Very good. Yeah, you can take it on a short or long rest, James. You can attune to that.
Okay.
Which, I believe you know what it does?
+1 to save. I don't know. Actually, what does it do in this game? AC or saving
Plus-
throws?
Both.
Both.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
1 + 1 AC and +1 to all saves.
Alright, very good. So cool. Alright, so you guys spend most of your day at the tailor. We'll say Urim does as well. I'll tell Milo that he needs to pay 18. Yeah, the orc probably needs to pay 18.
Wait, was I so persuasive I saved my whole party some money?
No.
No.
Welcome to playing with me. We don't believe in socialism here.
Jacob, while we're talking about money, I don't remember how much I had. Did you happen to have it written down anywhere?
I do not happen to have it written down. I believe we just said 300 for the druid, right? For
Yeah. Well, no, it was 200 for me.
200 for you, but I think Chase had more
Yeah.
than you because
I had
Yeah, we just.
the most by a decent bit.
It was somewhere between 500 to 700. We just can't remember the amount.
Chase, call it. Let's just call it 500.
Okay.
500 and call it good. Which is still plenty, I think. And
I earned that money by law-abiding gambling, so I was like, every single cent that I rightfully earned.
Well, and you guys still haven't figured out who the abjuration crystals go to either. So I mean, there's plenty of stuff for you guys to figure out, I think.
Let's say we have 2 crystals that grant 3 rounds of invincibility, which seems pretty good.
That puts me at 558 if you do care.
Okay.
Based off of my character starting gold as well.
Based off character starting gold, 558.
Unless you want me to do just an even 5.
No,
And
you know what?
disregard my
Do
second.
an even 6. I mean, it's just 42 more pieces. I think you were probably above 500 because of just how stupid my gambling payouts were.
I thought I was upward of 700, but I do not remember.
Yeah, call it an even 6 with your starting equipment and whatnot. We won't worry about it. I think what I said for the old characters was you don't get your gold for starting equipment, but given that I am confident you were above 5, let's call it an even 6 and call it good.
Thank you.
All right. That was Larry and Kaylin. You guys spend that day. You go back to the inn. The morning of, or you. Well, let's see. You guys spend the second half of the day that you guys return to Coasthold doing that. So you guys do have a whole day before you need to be available. So you guys want to do anything with that free day? Do you have anything else?
I do.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I know
Caleb.
that Kaylin and
Kaylin and Theron would get together, and I would bring up again that I'm looking for the relic. You told me when we got to Coasthold, you would help me meet with the not high priest, the
Headmaster.
yeah, that
Hakeem.
guy.
Yeah.
Hakeem.
I was gonna wait till we got to got around to me because I know you started with Larry, and then other people just got. But I also would have spent probably day 1 looking for finer clothes. I had a slightly different objective with the clothes, so we
Okay.
can circle back around to that. But for his day 2, at least, I did promise him that it's like, hey, I know Hakeem. He's the head of the academy. Maybe try to introduce him and see if we can't get him access to the library to do research on that relic.
Okay,
maybe
we'll
even
swing.
describe it to Hakeem.
We'll
Yeah.
swing back around to that because I'd like to roleplay that out further. So we'll swing back around to that. Chase, you're the next in my order, other than someone who's already gone. Do you have anything you'd like to do?
Yes, so I am going to, obviously, the close thing, but, I'll go ahead and deduct my gold then, and I don't care enough to haggle. I have enough.
Yeah.
Haggling is for poor people.
Yes, how
Dear
much does
peasant,
it
have a
cost?
tip.
Very good. Now be out of my sight.
Imagine having so little gold you have to argue about it.
You said 18.
18.
Very good. Okay.
Makes me cry into my platinum.
All right.
So yeah, I will talk to the first thing in the morning. I imagine the barkeep is up doing breakfast and
Barkeep things. Sure.
Yep. So I'll roll up to the counter and start a conversation with him.
Okay. He says, "What can I do you for?"
Well, good sir, I sure would, while we get ourselves acquainted in this lovely abode that you have so graciously let us stay in. On nights where I am not working for obvious reasons, may I be able to play a tune for your patrons here?
Are you any good?
Well, sir, would you like a demonstration?
I would. Please. Let's hear you.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
That's amazing.
And after all, you're a Wonderwall.
Oh my god.
All right, make me a performance check with your instrument.
Which one?
Anyone that you, any
I'm
instrument.
kidding. Musician, you get like 37 instruments.
Yeah.
He does a rendition of Wonderwall with a bagpipe.
Yes, I do. I do have the bagpipe. So, for those that care, I have a lute, a lyre, drum, and bagpipes because they're bagpipes.
Yep.
So this would be with my lute.
Okay.
That will be my default instrument for anyone keeping track at home. If I do not specify, it will be the lute. And that is a 14 plus the 10 on performance for a 25.
Okay. He says, that was quite enjoyable. Do you know any other songs?
Well, I would hate to ruin my future performances because I imagine if you have to hear them every night. Then...
Yes, no, I just wanted to make sure that what you want a one-hit wonder, as they say. All right.
Well, I wonder. Wow.
Boo. All right. He says, all right then, I don't have anyone lined up for tonight. Are you free tonight?
I believe I can do a few ditties tonight, but I do have a busy day. Never mind, that's 2 days from now. Tonight will be just fine.
It's one day. It's one day for me now because you spent the half day or so getting in.
Oh, because we slept.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Very good. He says, excellent. Well, we'll see you. The patrons sally in and out throughout the day. So if you happen to want to play here and now, but I'd like you by the dinner hour to be playing. And he holds out his hand to shake it.
I reach out my hand as well, shake his hand. That can be arranged. I will be here on the morrow.
Very good. All right. Let's go to, before we get to James and Andrew, since I know where you guys are kind of aiming for. Jevin, do you have anything you're wanting to accomplish?
I'll ask Tars if he could get me some military dress uniforms. I will have not had those in the time that I was serving, so I will have asked him, like, if he could procure those for me. Is that something that I can request?
Yeah, there's not really dress uniforms in this
He wants to pop on down to the BX and see if he can't buy a...
Yeah. No, there's not really...
Where are my service blues?
Yeah, there's not really... there's not really ceremonial military uniforms at the moment. They're pretty much just tunic and mail. And you're not. That's not in dress code. So you will have to purchase clothing.
Okay.
Worth a shot though.
So I've gone. Yeah, absolutely. I will have gone to a tailor as well to try and find something.
You would
while
think
doing that,
you would think that given that you're half the size, or 2/3 of the size, it's less material. But unfortunately, it's increased amount of labor to tailor it to you. So it evens out. It evens out. It's the 18 unless you want to haggle. It was successful with a 28 for the paladin. So
what check did you ask for on that?
Persuasion.
I'll take a shot.
All right.
I also have advantage. Oh. I don't think I even need it. I got a 23.
Okay.
No. That's a 26.
A 26. Yep.
18 plus 8. Yeah.
That would be enough. He says, you know what? Given I can see that you, I understand the look of a king's ranger when I see one, and he winks at you. Given your service for the kingdom, I think we'll go down to 15.
Beautiful. I appreciate it.
All right. All right.
I will have also on that first day tried to Maybe we make it the second day because the first day was the tailor. The second day, I will have perused the markets, trying to just kind of see what is in the market, kind of what's popular. Check the furs, the produce, anything that may be coming in and out, and just kind of check in on how the economy of the town is doing, and see I don't know, just how business is for any of the store owners or what you may.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Well, that's a good old 6.
Okay. What happens is, even though with your ranger training, and by ranger training, for those of you at home, we don't mean the class, we mean the military organization in my world. Given your ranger training, you are trying to apply your normal skills. However, because you haven't had a moment's respite. I mean, you've been at war, and then as soon as you came back and thought you were going to retire, you got sent out on a mission. And some of the weariness is just catching up to you, and you're having trouble focusing. So you're amongst the people trying to garner intelligence the way that you always do, almost like software just running in the back of your mind, because it's just what your job was. And then you have this nagging thought of, why I can't break my training. I'm here away from the battlefield, and yet I'm still doing what I've always been doing. And you just have this weird thought in your head, and it just throws you off for the rest of your day. So you stop to think, and you stop to look around, and it seems like people are happy. And it seems like there's a lot of hope in the streets that the news of the war being over is being taken well. People are happy to have their loved ones back. And you just take a moment to kind of bask in the joy, trying to do your best anyway to relax a little bit, so you don't pick up as much information as you were hoping to, but you almost have a moment to just decompress. So hopefully not too bad of an outcome for you.
No, I'll take it.
All right, let's go to Kaylin and Andrew. Andrew, you're getting clothing, is what you said. You've already done that? Didn't we already go through that?
Well, no.
Okay.
So I want, like I said, I want to do a slightly different track on that, or at least slightly more specific. Because I do want fine clothing, but I was wondering if it would be possible to find a clothier who would be able to enchant said clothing with the basic mending enchantment. It's a common magic item, the clothes of mending. So hey, I'm paying extra for nice clothes that will keep themselves nice, seeing as how my lifestyle's not the best.
Okay, let me see. Common magic items. I have a thing for this. So, minor common. Permanent modifier, which is over here.
By the way, Andrew.
Yeah.
Since you and I are both human, and we naturally get heroic inspiration on long rests, I can just musician. It's my proficiency, so it's +3, so that everyone else.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
Every long rest also will just get heroic inspiration.
All
I
right.
have so much. Everybody's just gonna constantly have heroic inspiration.
Yeah. All right. What he said, you find someone who can enchant it for you. However, it would take a 10-day to put the enchantment on it. So he can produce the clothing for you, and then you can return it to him, and he can begin the enchantment process in the future. But he won't have the mending properties in time for when you need it for the ball.
Which is understandable. If he can help produce the fine clothing itself by the ball, that's fine, and I'd be fine with picking it up later. I ask him how long would he be willing to hold on to it, because I'm not entirely certain when I would be able to be back, and of course, how much would the enchantment cost?
He says, well, if you give under the circumstance, or he says, for the fine clothing, to get it tailored to you and in time, we'll need 18 gold for it, and then when you return it to me and I hold on to it to put the enchantment on it, I'll factor that price into the price of the enchantment. So let's say 100 gold pieces to put the enchantment on it.
All right.
But just require 18 down today, and then you can pay the rest when you return the clothing to me to be enchanted.
That sounds reasonable. I have one other request, and I understand it may increase the price somewhat. I know that you have plenty of fine clothing here that you can quickly alter. I don't know if you have anything of similar cut and style to this, and I take off my leather armor, and I take off the obviously very worn and ratty noble, fine clothing that I technically already had on, and I try to explain how it would have looked when it was whole, including colors and whatnot. It would have been the colors and cut of my house back in Cormyr. Just wondering how well he could replicate it.
And he says, I can replicate it, but we're going from just tailoring one of our pre-made suits to you to now having to custom make something. And you need this in 2 days' time?
Tell you what, how about we do this? We'll do 2 separate orders. One set of fine clothing for the ball in 2 days. The other with the enchantment on it for something that fits this custom definition.
I see. We can do that. It'd be two separate items. I won't charge you for the customization, given that we're buying 2 sets. I won't charge you for the customization of the second one.
Thank you.
So 18 today, and then if you want to go ahead and pay the 100 now, I'll start work. Well, I won't have time to start work on that. Perhaps if you would like to deposit the 100 for me today, then I can do that, but I won't be able to start work until after I've tailored the fine clothes for the ball for you. So it would still take about 10 days after that.
I understand. Again, I'm not 100% certain I'll be able to pick it up in 10 days precisely.
I understand. We can hold on to it for you.
All right. Well then, yes, I'm more than willing to pay everything up front right now.
Okay. All right, well, then slide over 118 gold, and you'll have a fine set of clothes by the time... Go ahead and mark the fine set of clothes on your equipment, and then keep a note that you'll want to return for the enchanted.
Yep.
All right, and now we'll go on to day 2 for you guys. So you guys go to Hakeem?
Yes.
James?
I'm sorry.
While I was in the shopping district, I've been meaning to pick up a dagger and a battle axe. Can I say I did that for 12 gold, 10 for the battle axe, and 2 for the dagger?
As other prices listed? I think that's similar. Yes. Yes, you can. There's no point in haggling over that. Yes, not a problem. Okay. So, the second day dawns, as they say, and you guys, Kaelin approaches you requesting, or reminding you rather, of your talk about Hakeem.
Yes.
And you guys go to the academy. Hakeem, upon reaching the academy, you inform him, or inform the guard there that you'd like to speak with him, and he sends word back to let you in. His aide reaches your office. He says, and as you reach there, Hakeem turns to you and says, Therian, my old friend, you've brought someone with you.
Yes. Good to see you, Hakeem. This is Kalen, a recent acquaintance of mine. He
bows gently.
While I have not known him for long, what time I have known him, he has shown to be steadfast and faithful, and he has a bit of an odd request. I'll let him explain.
Oh? Master Kalen, what can I do for you?
I'm seeking a relic.
A relic? Would you care to narrow that down? I don't mean to sound clear.
I would. 1 second when I pull out my notes.
As Kalen produces just like a massive tome from his pocket. Yes, it's described as.
Adios mio, he has toon space.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm terribly forgetful. I just need to talk with just 1 moment, please. Yes, please.
This is also my
oh, yes, my name is Edward.
Yeah. This is what happens.
What was the next question?
He says, I love this too, because I loved James' response to me whenever I said, hey, is your backstory ready? He's like, yeah, here's the basics of it, and it was like 5 pages, and he's like, I want to thresh it out, but I'll try not to make it 10,000 words. And I was like,
10,000 words later.
10,000 words later.
Oh, this is
And then a week
actually
before
synced on
we
my
were
other
supposed to
computer,
start,
so-
Jacob was like, please tell me you wrote something down.
Yeah.
I have it all wrote down. I just can't remember like what I called things.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, I have it.
The runestone.
Jacob to Chase, please tell me you wrote something down for your backstory. Sure I did. Ardley's backstory. Looking for someone, looking for love.
Meanwhile,
backstory done.
Meanwhile, Kalen's has like several section headings.
Yeah.
It's a trilogy right now.
When you
working
need
on a fourth.
Excel
can't remember
for
what I named this
the names
stupid
of things for your
relic.
backstory.
I'm trying to find it.
It's got a whole character web in
I
it.
sent it to you in Discord. Hold on, wait. It's saved in Discord.
Covenant of Severance.
There we go. The Covenant of Severance. Yes. Okay.
The DM gets
All coming back to
inspiration
me.
for that one.
Oh no.
No, okay.
We're in trouble.
He ponders that statement, the Covenant of Severance. I'm afraid it's not something that just comes to mind. Can you describe it?
Yeah.
Let me check my notes.
Get comfortable, boys!
Sorry, I got my notes pulled up here. This is the problem when you play on a different computer than you normally use for everything.
Yeah.
Casually looks at the time.
Anyways, it's a relic that allows people to be severed from bonds of enslavement. I don't remember what it's called. I don't want to look it up. Okay, so it's just this relic, okay? I'm doing a terrible job.
It's alright.
Look, it's this magical doohickey, and it does the thing. Do you know it?
This is my fault for not telling you to have like roleplay stuff ready. I take ownership of this one.
No, it's my fault. I should have read through this again because I don't remember the exact details. Anyways, the important thing is my goddess has sent me on this journey across realms, across worlds, to find this relic. I know it is somewhere in this world. I don't know where. I'll probably spend years searching for it. What I'm really looking for is just access to the library so I can start researching relics in your world to start to understand your history and your lore so I begin to know where to begin to look for it.
I see. I must say, I am charged with the privacy of our students here. Theron, I've known you a long time. Do you vouch for this man?
I do. As much as I have not known him long, like I said, what time I have known him, he has shown himself to be very trustworthy.
I see.
Forgetful, but trustworthy.
Yeah. I see. Well, are you familiar with our institution, Kalen?
Other than the short description Sir Theron has given me, no.
The Academy is a long-held, well, as I said, it's an institution in this city. Oh, your doggy. Hello, doggy. A long-standing and coveted institution established by our kings of the past, where nobles and well-to-do citizens send their children here to be educated by the best on the Sword Coast. And as such, privacy is of concern to us. Privacy and discretion. So if I allow you access to the library, I ask that you not engage with anyone that you may come across there.
That sounds quite fair and reasonable.
Very well. If Therian vouches for you, I will happily give you access to what we need, or to the library, to what you need. And he goes over to a scroll and he writes down on it, and then he ties it up with a ribbon. He says, anytime that you wish to enter these grounds, hand this to the gods and let them read it and hand it back to you, and you'll have the access that you desire. That will be stripped from you, though, I warn you, if there are any word of altercation or miscreants comes to my ears.
Should another person approach me and speak to me, am I allowed to reply back?
Well, it would be rude if you didn't reply back, but I don't think...
I want to follow your rules carefully.
I can't imagine that happening, but if that does happen, just respectfully ask that to be left alone, left to your own study and devices. I'm certain that the DM won't get you in trouble like that.
I'm not.
Nothing to say. But as you can see, Hakim, he is an earnest soul. He doesn't desire to cause any trouble.
Yes. Now, if you don't mind, Therian, tell me more about your altercation in Dayspring.
Yes. When we arrived, it was twilight. Several portals to the Shadowfell had already opened within the village itself, and shadowy mastiff-type creatures were exiting the portals, unfortunately making a priority for the defenseless citizens. We attempted to rout them as fast as possible, but not before there were several deaths. The creatures themselves, due to the low lighting, seemed to be enhanced by the dim nature of the situation. After they would attack, they would then just disappear.
Yes, I apologize. I am familiar with the concept of Shadow Mastiff. We do have a threat, a book of threats that one may experience in the Shadowfell. I apologize. Let me be more direct. Tell me more about this artifact.
That. Yes. Well, I did not detect it myself utilizing my magics. A compatriot of ours, using the basic detect magic spell, indicated that he felt a very powerful source of abjuration. We followed that into a small room, an altar almost. Definitely not of natural formation. It was a large pillar, shaft type construction covered in arcane runes, of which I personally did not recognize at all. According to my compatriot, he said that the source of this abjuration magic was that pillar, and unfortunately, it would appear that due to information we gained from a journal belonging to one of the dead cultists we found in the room, It was something they referred to as an anchor. I don't believe they said the anchor. They said an anchor. I could be wrong. I did not read it myself. In either case, they were doing something with it to try and suppress the abjuration abilities in order to release something, some entity they refer to as their lord, possibly resurrect. I'm not entirely certain. What I do know is that every time, according to the journal itself, every time they were successful in suppressing the abjuration magic upon this pillar, that is when the boundary between our plane and the Shadowfell grew weakest and the portals manifested.
Yes, the Duke had copies of the entry sent to us, but I let my aide, who you'll be happy to know left this morning with a detachment of soldiers.
Thank you, yes. I am happy to know that.
Yes, well, it's more for his protection on the way there. My understanding is that they've also they also had a letter to receive additional enforcements at Penimbara to bring into it. All told, I believe the Duke intends for there to be a 40-man sized force at that village until our investigation can be completed. So
wonderful.
Hopefully enough. But anyway, we'll know more when our man returns here in less than a week or so, hopefully. For now, gentlemen, I apologize. I must attend to some matters. I'll ask that if you would to let me be for the day.
But of course, I understand how busy you are.
Yes. Alright, you guys leave. I want to do one thing before we call it for the night. I want to do two things before we call it tonight. Chase, I want you go to play your music at the inn. I want a performance check at disadvantage.
Disadvantage? Interesting. Woo, Freebird!
So I got a 5 and a 16, but that is still a 15.
Okay. You're playing.
Good performance.
Yeah. You're playing. And while the
One second. I will go ahead and just use a bardic inspiration because why not?
Okay.
Go, why not?
Sure.
Make it a little better.
That was a 4 for a 19 total.
19 total. Okay.
I will skill monkey. That is that's what I'm here to
Monkey
do.
all them skills.
Because those of you that have watched last season, we had no one that could do anything outside of combat.
Yeah.
But man, it sure was a fun trick having 3 monks.
Okay. You're playing, and people seem to be enjoying it. However, it's not the performance that you are used to. It's not the level of performance that you're accustomed to. And you feel, while it's good, there does seem to be a feeling of something missing. And but the audience seems to enjoy it, and you get a total of 20 silver pieces in tips from the audience. But again, for you, it just feels like there's something off. And while there are fair-looking women in the audience, it just they seem to be enjoying the music, but not. You're not gauging any interest from them, if you know what I mean. And that is how That's how your performance goes. Now the next day, you guys eat your food in the morning. Yes.
Sorry. Before we rush off into big story thing, one final thing that I'd like to do that could have happened at any time during my downtime. Actually, anytime after I learned from Hakeem that the detachment was sent.
Okay.
The whole animal, speak with animals, animal messenger thing on a bird to deliver a short message to the townmaster of Dayspring, letting him know that help is on the way. That there is a detachment coming from Coasthold.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if the distance makes sense. Hort and carts. Hold on. Horse and cart in D&D 5e. Speed of a horse and cart, 25 miles per day at a normal pace. I said it was a day and a half, so yes, that's within 50 miles within the 24 hours. So yes, all right, acceptable, and you do that. Go ahead. You want to tell me what its 25 words are?
Real quick, we didn't actually get the townmaster's name. Would I know his name?
You know his name. Yeah, you know his name. His name is Townmaster. Carry on.
Gotcha. Greetings, Townmaster.
Townmaster's one word, Jevin. He's counting. I saw him.
Yeah.
For the purposes of this spell, if it has a hyphen, is it one word or two words?
It's a disadvantage.
Spoke with Duke. Help is on the way. Will be there within the next day or two.
Okay.
Fairy.
Love.
Love fairy.
Why say lot word when few words do trick?
When you only got 25 words, we gotta really.
Was that 25?
No, he didn't less than 25.
I didn't less than 25.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say Love Therian.
Love Therian. P.S.
No.
Love Druid
Barbara.
boy.
A woo.
P.S. Hugging trees, not all the lumber I wish to hug.
As wow. Funny as that is, I do not wish to try and replicate a certain blue tiefling from Critical Role.
You say
I'll
Townmaster.
explain that later.
You saying Townmaster is one word? I actually have a friend that I work with. His first name is Billy Jack.
No,
Billy Jack?
incorrect.
It's one word, Billy Jack.
No.
I mean,
I'm sorry
even
to
if
tell
Townmaster
you.
were
I'm sorry to tell you this, but your friend's name is wrong.
It is not. His parents named him Billy Jack. That is his first name.
again, even if Townmaster were 2 words, I was still under 25 words. Anyways.
No, I believe you. I believe you, Larry. That's incorrect. All right.
No, honey, I can't decide between
Billy and Jack. All right. It's all right. It's better than calling. It's better than because Bill is a short for William, so it's better than Willie Jack. All right.
Willie,
Yes.
I will not share this channel.
You will not share this channel with him. Okay. That might be the title of the video. Willie Jack. All right. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so that was it. Thank you. Sorry for the slight interruption, please.
So you guys, your clothes are all delivered, almost always perfect at the same time. And Tars does retrieve you all, and he brings you guys in ahead of time, and he says, "All right." The Duke greets you all, and he says, "Thank you all for coming. Had the king not invited you to this event, I had planned on procuring you invitations. However, now that you're here at the king's request, we have more options. Keep in mind, I wasn't planning on getting you in simply because I love your company, but because we have a job to do, and I expect you all to assist me with it. As you all... Oh, wait, you guys didn't actually tell them in the off time about the doppelganger threat. We're going to waive that. You guys have been brought up to speed.
During our time, we had plenty of time to bring them up to speed on the whole doppelganger thing.
Yep. All right. During that time, you guys have been brought up to speed on the doppelganger threat. He says...
That being said...
Uh-huh.
One more while we were before now, Redcon, real fast, please.
Quickly?
Okay, when everyone was together at some point, I imagine, like, in the evening hours,
I mean, you guys had half a day. Like, you guys had half a day. It could have been this morning, too, so...
Well, whenever we were brought into the loop on the doppelganger thing...
Yes.
Ardley would suggest that underneath our attire in like a weird spot that you wouldn't see normally, to have some sort of marking to identify ourselves that a doppelganger wouldn't be privy to. Unless I don't know how doppelgangers work.
Therian, would you like to educate him?
So, well, typically a doppelganger is not going to bother adopting your appearance unless you're already dead. At which point, but that said, they have ways of literally perfectly mimicking your form.
But additionally,
I see.
But additionally,
So
and I apologize.
You do have to be.
Yeah, well, Andrew, your character knows all of this. I'm just going to go ahead and elaborate since we're kind of close in.
Please do. I haven't looked at the actual doppelganger stat book in a while.
Not all doppelgangers, and Therian knows this, is that doppelgangers, they might kill you or they might keep you around for a while, so that way they can learn information about you, because the doppelgangers have the ability to telepathically interrogate you, essentially.
That's right.
Is that they have the ability to just read your surface level thoughts and ask questions to direct you to think about something, and then you can't lie about it because, well, rather you can lie about it, but it's very difficult. You have to be in command of your thoughts. So
sounds almost like a Stargate SG-1 episode.
Yeah, and so any marking that you put on yourself, if they suspect that, they'll just like say, do you have anything that your compatriots are trying to recognize you by? And then if you even, it's like the ghost, it's the end of Ghostbusters, right? Like, everyone clear your minds, and then Mr. Stay Puft shows up.
Appears.
Yeah. So that is good in theory, but bad in execution. So anyway,
what about magical mark from like prestidigitation?
They can
that doesn't
mimic.
last forever. It only lasts for like an hour.
It only lasts for an hour. It can also, they can mimic any part of your body, even prestidigitation. If it affects your body, they can mimic it. They're anything you guys do to alter your outward expression whatsoever, they'll be able to pick up on. If they're expecting that you're doing that, right? So if they don't ever ask, hey, what's with the marking on your hand or whatnot, then you won't, But they can pick up on stuff like that.
They had like a code word.
They'll know it.
Just read your mind.
True. Now, I don't believe they can replicate magical abilities.
They cannot.
They can
They
replicate
cannot
your
do that.
form. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
as far as you know.
As far as I know, they can't replicate magical abilities. So I will, with my druidcraft cantrip, I'll at least say, at least for me, I can do, and I'm going to do a little harmless sensory effect of like creating like a little spectral flower thing.
Yeah.
So as proof of my identity. For the rest of you, I have a way to prove that you're you. It just hurts a little bit.
Yeah. So now that being said, there might be doppelgangers that have learned that technique outside of you. So if the doppelganger
Right.
may have learned that, but it just copying you won't learn it, but maybe they've procured it themselves. But anyway, we'll retcon that conversation. James, were you about to add something?
Yeah, so my character knows Zone of Truth, so if we really do suspect one of us is a doppelganger, I can always cast Zone of Truth and see where that leads us.
That's true.
We can do a combination of that, and if necessary, if my little trick here isn't enough to convince you, I will willingly submit myself to my own somewhat painful ability. You all
Space
saw
laser.
that. Yes, that manifestation of the moon, that brilliant, radiant light. It has another effect. Those who are not in their original form are forced into it while within that light.
So, all right. Anyway, he gets to. All right, that's the retcon. So let's get back to.
So we have a plan in place. Let's go.
The conversation here, and he says, given the writings that we recovered from the young Margrave, or rather, the impersonator of the young Margrave, we have strong belief that the leader of the Merchants Guild has been substituted. All of the guild leaders will be here tonight, but we can't know how many of them have been substituted. So the plan will be to isolate the guild leader and interrogate him tonight at the ball before anyone notices he is gone. And to that end, the 6 of you will be spread out strategically along the ballroom to find an opportune time to snatch the guild leader and bring him to my office. And by opportune time, I mean no one can know. If even one person sees what's happening, we are in trouble. Do I make myself clear? We cannot let any other possible substitutes identify what we are doing. And gentlemen, while we don't know who else is substituted, we do know that this is not a small number we're dealing with. Therian, you know this from your backstory. It is very rare to see even more than one doppelganger acting together.
Yeah.
It is it has been unheard of to hear of groups of more than 5.
Yeah.
He says to you, from the letters that we're noticing, it could be as many as 20 operatives in our kingdom. Of guild leaders, lords, ladies, we don't know, captains of influence. We do not know the extent to which we have been infiltrated. And gentlemen, you are going to help me root it out one by one. Am I understood?
Here's mine.
Now, I don't expect you to do this for free. So, if you succeed tonight, I offer you each a purse of 100 gold coins. Tars will be there. However, Tars will be next to... Tars and I, William and I, will be keeping an eye on things. However, we will be expected to socialize. Please don't make an embarrassment of yourselves, but I must lead the guild hall. I will lead the interference and the actual procurement, the acquirement of the guild leader to you all. Snatch him quietly, bring him to my office. I will know when it is done. Can I trust you?
Yes.
Good. Then let's get to it. And
Now,
with that,
sir, if
we
I
will...
may.
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Chase.
Oh, never mind. We can start with this first thing next session.
All right, very good. With that, we will end this session at 3 hours and almost 20 minutes. Although that includes the break time, which we'll cut out, so we'll call it 3:15. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please hit that like and subscribe button, and so that way you never miss an episode. We will be back next week with another episode of Fairly Adventurous. I have been your host, Jacob. Thank you to my players. If you would like to support those of us with YouTube channels, Malcolm Punch and Papa Panda 1, and my main channel of Fairly Critical, there will be links into the description of that. If you need to get caught up with Coasthold, the link to the playlist to Season 1 will be in there, and Season 2 as well. But thank you again. Have a wonderful day, night, or afternoon, or whenever you're watching this, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.